Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. All right, welcome on in to your Thursday edition of Inside Edge Primetime. You get one more night of Autumn Chisholm up on the title screen, so I'm gonna leave it up for a couple extra seconds. There you go. It's just me tonight. I'm flying solo right here on the Inside Edge Network with Inside Edge Primetime. Like I said, it's your Thursday edition. If I'm a little bit hazy, don't adjust your phone or your laptop screen or your TV, whatever you're watching on. It's probably not you. It's probably not me. It's probably just the air. We've had an air quality day. At one point earlier, I saw a post on social media that said we had the worst air quality in the world. So there's that. But while you're here, please remember to visit our website at InsideEdgeNetwork.com. You can visit our personalities page. You can read about all your favorite personalities across the entire Inside Edge network. Everybody that you love to watch. You can. There's a little bit of right up there. You can read about everyone. From me, I don't know why you want to read about me, but you can read about me. You can read about Autumn, Eli, Double A, our program director. You can read about everybody across the network. And don't forget, this is important too. Like and subscribe at all of our socials. There you see it at Inside Edge Net. We are on YouTube. We're on X. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, and we're on the blue one that we're not going to mention tonight. We'll get to that in a moment. And don't forget to download the Inside Edge Network app on Roku as well. You can take us wherever you go, wherever you want to watch TV, wherever you can conceivably think of to watch all of your favorite Inside Edge Network programming. You could watch it on the Roku app. You could take us with you wherever you go. So don't forget to do that. I don't know if anyone's noticed anything weird with any of their social media accounts. Maybe it's the smoke. I don't know. Seems like that's been happening since before the smoke got here. But I've got we've had people across the network getting copyright dings for just sharing our own personal creative work. That can be pretty frustrating. So today I shared something on my personal Facebook, and I thought, man, it just isn't like, the normal people that see this post aren't seeing and reacting to my post. And I said, I wonder what's going on. So I thought, I looked it up. I literally Googled, I said, am I shadow banned? I figured out how to look that. I was looking at my profile, and I'll just show you what I found. I clicked it. I'm fine. I'm in good standing, apparently. I guess I just don't find my way into the algorithm anymore when I share things. So who knows what's going on there. But I found this. I stumbled across my name pronunciation, and I want to stress, I did not change this. I don't know exactly what this is, but there you see the blue little dots. Just checked right off. It says my first name, which is clearly spelled C-H-A-D. It tells you that that's pronounced Boosh. And then there's my last name, B-R-Y-A-N. And that's clearly the pronunciation guides right there for you. User. And in case you needed some kind of I don't know, maybe you want an audio representation of what that would sound like.
Bush amuser. Bush amuser. Bush amuser.
Yeah, it's interesting. Maybe you want that in a different voice.
Bush amuser.
I don't know. Listen, I have no idea what's going on with social media. It's weird. It's yes. It's true. It's true, Eli. I am Boosh in the saddle. I'm saddle abushant. I don't know how that works. I don't know what's going on with social media lately, but it's really frustrating. It's hard to get anything out there. And then, you go to look and make sure you're in good standing, and you see things like this, the old Boosh amuser. So I don't know. I guess you can let me know in the comments if you found anything weird lately with your social media. If you feel like you're sharing things they're not getting out, or maybe different people are seeing your posts. Maybe your posts are getting out more than they normally do. Maybe you're on the good side of it. That'd be great. I'd be really happy for you. But it doesn't seem to be the way that it's going for me at the moment. So that's okay. We got a lot of stuff to get to tonight. I quit messing around with social media, but so I don't know. Later on, I'll sit down. I'll talk with Ben Bales. Actually, I did that already today, to be honest with you. I'm going to talk with Ben. We talked about World Cup stuff. We talked a little bit about the MLB All-Star break and just kind of how we feel about that a little bit. But I got a pretty good update from Ben on World Cup stuff. We're down to the final. The final is Sunday. We've got Argentina versus Spain. Ben's going to kind of break down a little bit of the just how the semifinal matches were won, and he's going to give you his prediction for the World Cup final for that Spain-Argentina match on Sunday. So we're here. We're at the end of the World Cup, and of course, there's the third and fourth place match, which Autumn and I talked about. I'm not quite sure how your heart would be in it at this point, right? You've worked all the time to get all the way to the end of the tournament. Now you got to go play the third and fourth place match. So that's going on too, though. But there is that to play as well. So, but yeah, I'll talk to Ben a little bit later, and then we'll end the show by going in the comments. But first, I have to get to a topic of great import. It couldn't be put off any longer, to be honest with you. This couldn't wait. Autumn and I discussed it last night during Wayback Wednesday, back in 1988 on July 15th. I had to look at the date. That was yesterday. One of the best Christmas movies of all time. I'm not gonna beat around the time. I'm just gonna tell you, one of the best Christmas movies of all time was released. Bruce Willis starred. Nothing. Nakatomi Plaza. Ringing a bell. It's Die Hard. And I'm going to make the case for you tonight, and really maybe for one Autumn Chisholm, if she's watching. I hope she's watching. I'm going to make the case. Listen, Die Hard is absolutely a Christmas movie. There is zero doubt in my mind. And I think after I've gone through all of the evidence that I have, including visual aids, I'm going to make this as easy as possible. I think you'll agree with me. And if you don't, I think you're just a Grinch, to be honest with you. Maybe you just don't like the movie. I don't know. Maybe you don't like Christmas. Who doesn't like Christmas? You're the Grinch. Anyway, let's get right to it. Let's just look at some visual aids. And let's start off by looking at this. This is a post from December of 2025. This came from Disney Plus. Disney, they know what they're doing when it comes to movies and TV shows and things like that, right? They also know what they're doing when it comes to financial disputes with your cable TV provider that cause you to miss the first 3 or 4 weeks of the college football season. But again, that's another topic for another time. But they made this post back in December of 2025. So, I guess almost a year ago, just about a year ago, around Christmas time last year. And you'll see it says, our holiday plans are set. Stream all of these new and classic seasonal movies and more this month on Disney Plus and Hulu. And there on the top, what's that? You got National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. No one disputes that being a Christmas movie. And on the bottom, you see The Polar Express. No one would argue that that's not a Christmas movie. And what's right in the middle? You've got a sandwich, essentially, on your screen right now. The two pieces of bread are Christmas Vacation and The Polar Express. But the meat of that sandwich, what is that? That's Die Hard. That's Bruce Willis climbing through the ductwork. He's got the Zippo out so he can see where he's going. He's probably looking for, I don't know, maybe he's making an HVAC call. No, he's not making an HVAC call. We know what happened in the movie. And if you don't know, listen, there are going to be spoiler alerts in the next, 5 to 7 minutes or so. So just be careful. But listen, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Let me tell you why. We will go with, where do you want to start? How about Exhibit 1? Let's see. Let's get to Exhibit 1 here. At one point, there is, and this is a little bit of a, I guess this is an extreme topic, but there's a fellow who maybe meets some bad luck. We'll say he gets separated from his friends, right? It's one of Hans Gruber's friends. Hans Gruber is, of course, he's the antagonist in the movie. He's the leader of the guys that come in. You know what happens. I'm just going to pretend that you do. I'm not going to over-explain the movie. I'm just going to tell you what happens. Anyway, Hans loses one of his buddies. And John McClane, who's played by Bruce Willis, he finds him. And in an act of goodwill, maybe Christmas goodwill, you could say, he sends him back to his friends. He sends him back down to Hans in the elevator, and he doesn't just send him back down. He writes a little message on his sweater to let him know, hey, I found your buddy and he's safe. Okay. And here's a pretty good representation. It says, now I have a machine gun. I guess he borrowed maybe one of his supplies. He's not going to need it anymore, right? He was lost. He didn't need that. He needed to get back home. And he added a message here at the bottom here. What does that say? We take a look at that. Oh, it says, ho, ho, ho. Now, why would he have written ho, ho, ho if it wasn't a Christmas? Okay, that's fine. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The poor fella gets back home to his friend Hans. Okay, and that honestly, it might be the single most iconic Christmas image in the entire movie. But now imagine if that scene had happened in July, right? Instead, that sweater would say, now I have a machine gun. Happy 4th of July? I don't know. It doesn't even make sense. Christmas is absolutely essential to the joke. It's essential to the movie. It's essential to everything. And let's talk about exhibit number 2. The villains, they weaponize Christmas, right? Hans doesn't attack a random office building at a random time. He attacks during the Christmas party, the Nakatomi Plaza Christmas party, right? While all the executives are distracted, they're in the same place, everyone's together, maybe security is a little bit relaxed. Maybe the emergency, the police, the fire, the ambulance, maybe that response time is a little bit slower. Listen, Christmas isn't just the backdrop. It's not a peripheral part of this movie. It's part of the heist. Right? Without Christmas, Hans's plan doesn't work. It would have to change completely. Doesn't work. Okay, we've got more. Don't worry. And I'll bring myself back on screen here for a moment. Let me just tell you this. Exhibit number 3. All right. John is literally trying to get home for Christmas, right? What do Christmas movies usually involve? Someone trying to get home. Home Alone, right? Elf. Christmas Vacation, The Polar Express. We mentioned those two. John McClane spends the entire movie trying to reconnect with his family. That's odd. It's one of the oldest Christmas stories ever. I mean, it's a classic Christmas story. So far, hopefully you're with me. Time for the visual aids again. Okay, so here we have Bonnie Bedelia. Okay, she played H.M. Gennaro. You see her name on the door. You see it right there. There it is. Don't know why StreamYard's doing the thing where it shows me back on the screen when I put a new, whatever. It doesn't matter. You got to see me for a second. That's the way it goes. So what does that HM? Well, I don't know what the M stands for. It doesn't matter. What does that H stand for in HM Gennaro? Let's take a look at that. It's Holly. Her name is Holly. Her name is Holly. Listen, that's one of the oldest Christmas decorations in history. Is that a coincidence? Okay, maybe. It could be. But is it appropriate? Absolutely. I don't think that's a mistake. I think her name is Holly for a reason. Again, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. This isn't an accident. I've got so many more. Exhibit number 5. Al Powell. Sergeant Al Powell. He is essentially the Christmas angel, right? Every Christmas movie has someone restoring faith. So what does Al do? He believes John, right? Believes him, first of all. He encourages him, right? He's on the walkie. He's talking to him, gives him a little bit of hope. Did he or did he not end up ultimately saving the day? I mean, he's like the Clarence from It's a Wonderful Life, except maybe instead of earning wings, he got one perfectly timed headshot. But whatever, that's fine. I mean, you don't believe me? Look, there he is right there. There they are. They're outside Nakatomi Plaza. The place is a mess, right? You got Bruce Willis. He's in a fireman's jacket over here. Well, John McClane. And then there's Al Powell. Look at eyes of a hawk. Forget an owl. He's got the eyes of a hawk. I called him Owl a minute ago. Don't do that. He's a hawk. He was ready. He was ready to save the day at the end of the movie. Am I done? I'm nowhere near done. Check out exhibit number 6. Theo. Remember Theo? I'll put him up for you. There he is. Remember Theo? Theo is the naughty kid. He spends the entire movie laughing. He's mocking everybody. He's stealing stuff. He's breaking all the rules. What happens to him in the end? Do you remember? He gets punched by my man right here. Not the teddy bear, but Argyle, the limo driver. Remember, Argyle punches him right in the face, knocks him out. That's Christmas justice, right? Santa keeps a list, okay? But it took Argyle to check it twice. Again, that's Christmas stuff right there. Exhibit number 7. I can go on. I could go on forever. Here's exhibit number 7. Remember Ellis? I can hear the way this character chooses gum. Anyway, Ellis, he embodies everything that Christmas movies criticize. He's obsessed with money. All right. He's obsessed with status. He's obsessed with his image. I mean, Hans even calls him out, for God's sake. I mean, Hans is in there trying to steal like almost $1 billion and whatever. It calls Ellis. Ellis is the ghost of corporate greed. Okay. Again, this is a Christmas movie. Think about exhibit number 8. As I mentioned it here, the Christmas music does not stop in this movie. You've got Run DMC, you got Christmas in Hollis. The movie ends with Let It Snow. What movie ends with Let It Snow if it's not a Christmas movie? There's Winter Wonderland. There's sleigh bells all throughout the score. They even sneak some little Christmas motif. You know, sometimes you don't, like, you hear like something in a movie and you're like, what was that? I recognize that tune. And it's something that you know, but it's maybe presented a little bit differently, so it doesn't quite stick the same. There are Christmas motifs all over this movie. You just don't even, it's subtle, but it's there on purpose, right? It's there on purpose. Let's talk about Nakatomi Plaza because that's exhibit number 9. Okay, this one might be a little bit of a stretch, but I'm going to show you the building. This is where it all took place. That's where it went down. All right. This one's probably, like I said, this one might be ridiculous, but that's going to make it fun. That's okay. That's okay. Nakatomi Plaza. It's okay. Everybody gathers in one place, right? Everybody's there for the Christmas party. You've got some unexpected visitors. They arrive, right? A miracle occurs. Okay. What else happens? A family is reunited. A child gets their father back. Do you see where I'm going with this? I mean, there might have been a couple more explosions than there were in Bethlehem on that day, but I think you understand where I'm going with this. I think you could understand, right? And not to mention, before we even get to the final couple of exhibits here, honestly, we have to talk about the way the movie ended. You've got Hans, right? He's got the gun to Bonnie Bedelia's head, right? That's Holly. We know her. She's the Christmas decoration. John walks in and Hans makes a smart mouth comment, whatever, and John starts laughing. Why does he laugh? Because he's got a gun stashed. Okay, where's he have it? It's on his back. It's on his shoulder. Does he have a holster back there? No. Look at this. He's got tape. Look at this. Look at the red arrows. That's Holly on there. That's her Holly leaves. That says greetings. That tape, by the way, says Seasons Greetings. It is literally Christmas tape. I'm gonna go to break. Believe me, there's more. There's more. There's plenty of evidence. I don't think it could be refuted by Autumn Chisholm, by anyone that would want to argue at this point that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. I think I've proven beyond a reasonable doubt, and I hope the court will find as such. Oh, I'm not in court. Sorry, I got excited. I got carried away. But I am going to go to break. Be back in a few minutes. Like I said, when I come back, you're going to see my interview with Ben Bales. We're going to talk about the World Cup, a little bit about the MLB All-Star Game, whether or not we get into that. But give us 3 minutes here on the Inside Edge Network, and I will be right back with you on Inside Primetime. Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one-stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at sportsmemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the sportsmemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to sportsmemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. Sportsmemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to Fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's Fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
All right, welcome on back in to Inside Edge Primetime. Of course, right here on the Inside Edge Network. I'm your host. I'm Chad Bryan. I'm flying solo for the evening, but I am very happy at the moment to have my buddy Ben Bales. Ben, first of all, we got to get into the World Cup. The World Cup is almost over.
It is.
I don't know how, but I haven't watched nearly as much as I've wanted to. This happens to me every year. I talk about it all the time. This happens with the Olympics, happens with college football bowl season, right? I always go in with the plan. Like, I'm going to watch so much. I'm going to see 65%. You know, I make these numbers up, and they're just made up numbers. They say you got to set a goal, and you can achieve it. Well, I didn't achieve it. I failed miserably, but I'm going to try to watch the final. Anyway, we're going to talk some World Cup. But Ben, let me ask you first before we get into it. Well, first, Ben, how are you? How have you been?
I'm good.
Good, man. You're breathing okay. Air quality's not great today.
No.
Yeah, it's awful. My entire neighborhood is just smoking.
Stay safe.
Yeah, it smells like plastic burning. It's not good. It's really even tough to try to get outside to do anything fun, which makes it disappointing. You know, obviously some people are going through worse things than, you know, having a little trouble breathing because of this. Obviously, these are due to wildfires in Canada, but yeah, you feel for the people who've lost their homes and businesses, whatever else is lost in the fires. But yeah, the air quality is not great. So I guess limit your time outside and do be careful. There is an air quality warning. I saw code maroon coming from a couple of Cleveland news. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know the difference.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but it sounds bad. Code Maroon sounds pretty serious. So, just like I said,
I thought Code Red was the worst.
Well, is Maroon more red? You know what I mean?
I-
Like Maroon's a darker red. Is that worse?
Who knows?
Who does know? We'll have to figure it out. We'll look into that later. But Ben, before we get into the World Cup stuff, we got the final coming up. Two great semifinal matchups. Some, personal heroics. A couple of whatever comeback. You got some things going on. But let me ask you this: we've had the discussion all week on the network. It's MLB All-Star Week, and some of us here, I love baseball, Ben. I you know me, I'm a baseball guy. I played for years and years. I can't get into MLB All-Star Week. I can't get into the home run derby. And I know it was a great ending. Jordan Walker became the first Cardinal to ever win the home run derby. Walked off on Kyle Schwarber at his own stadium, whatever, right? Like, Schwarber lost his own stadium. An exciting matchup. Probably would have been fun if I were into it, but I'm not. I didn't watch a single pitch of the All-Star game. Whatever. AL wins, or I'm sorry. AL wins 4-0. I think the National League had 3 hits. Braves
first shutout in 13 years. So
yeah. I mean, just whatever. It's just a bunch of guys throwing 102 miles an hour. Nobody can touch the ball. Do you care about the All-Star game? Are you still an MLB All-Star guy, Ben?
I am, because I think All-Star games are supposed to be fun, and you're supposed to fans are supposed to want to be able to enjoy them.
Yeah.
And with how bad the MLB All-Star game is, and how bad the NFL Pro Bowl, whatever stuff they got going on over there, baseball's the only one that really still is fun to watch, for me at least.
Yeah.
But this year, right? You had Paul Skeens, who's an All-Star. You had Jacob Mizrowski, who's an All-Star. You had Cam Schluler, who's an All-Star, but none of them pitched. So it's what's the point of naming them All-Star? What makes me mad is you can name them an All-Star, right? But name 3 alternates that are actually going to want to pitch in the All-Star game instead of just sitting there taking up a roster spot from somebody else.
Yeah, I get that.
What's the point of saying, "Oh, I'll be an All-Star, but I don't want to pitch because I'm supposed to start coming out of the All-Star break"? Name them an All-Star, but then name somebody else an All-Star that's actually going to want to pitch.
That's fair. And let me ask you this: so if you turn down the invite and do not go to the All, are you still considered an All-Star?
I think it's what I'm saying is say Paul Skeens is an All-Star but says I don't want to pitch, right? MLB then goes, okay, we'll go to the next vote getter in line and say, hey, do you want to pitch? If he says no, they just keep going on the line till they get somebody that wants to pitch, and then he's an All-Star.
Yeah, but then you run into the slippery slope of okay, now all of a sudden we've got a guy who's 4-6 or something in the first half with a 5.82 ERA because
I'm just talking
line. But I understand your point. I get it.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the vote wise. It can't go based off record, but if it gets to the point where somebody has a losing record, okay, we'll just stick with this guy, or But it just doesn't make sense. I
understand. Don't go take up a roster spot. If you're not gonna, you're taking that away from someone else. Yeah,
you've 3 of the most electric pitchers in baseball, and not a single one of them pitched in the All-Star game.
Yeah, that's tough. I get that. I get that.
And
that's the point. You want to showcase the best talent. Right?
If I was the MLB, I would have wanted Mizrowski versus Paul Skeens to start the All-Star game. Think about how electric that would have. Well, I mean, they're both NL, so I guess you can't. But
that'd be tough.
But
we're going to regroup the All-Stars. Forget about the leagues. We're just going. Yeah, it's random. What if they did a draft? What if they did it like the NBA, where they picked 2 captains, and those captains drafted their teams? What if we did that?
See, I don't think they should do players though. Right? I think it should be the coaches.
Okay.
You have an NL coach, AL coach, and they can draft their players, and it doesn't have to be league specific.
I'm for it. I said the other night, I wish the home run derby was almost like a best ball scramble, right? You had teams of 3, and it's a jugs gun. There's no pitcher, right? So there's timing. You have 3 guys. You got to run in there. One guy swings, runs out. The next guy runs in, swings. If you go in, you miss a pitch, that's an out. Sorry, you weren't ready in time. I think it would add an element of excitement that's maybe just not there for me. I just watch a bunch of really big guys hitting really long home runs off of someone who's just serving up really easy pitches to hit. And I'm like, okay, it's boring, But whatever. MLB All-Star Week. It's a whole week not a whole week, but it's most of a week without baseball. It's whatever.
My whole thing is they actually everybody says, they don't try in the All-Star game or in the NBA All-Star game or the NFL, Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
In baseball, playing baseball, it's hard. It's hard to produce good product and not try.
Yeah, you can't really go through the motions in baseball. You got to do it.
Yeah, because if you go up to the plate and you just don't really try and don't really swing, you're not going to touch a guy throwing a 97-mile-an-hour sinker down and in.
Yeah, no, I get it. You're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong.
It's still the only one that has a competitive atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like you're still going to see players diving for balls up the middle. You're going to see guys sliding into second on stolen bases. Like you're going to see outfielders making diving catches. But it's because the All-Star game is supposed to be fun. It's like I've told you this. If the NBA players went into the All-Star game and played as hard as they possibly could, instead of just going through the motions, the All-Star game would be way more exciting because you would have best on best.
Yeah.
For 4 quarters.
And people always talk about the injuries, but I have always been kind of a proponent of the fact that when you let up in a sport, that's when you're most likely to get injured, right? Especially a contact sport, basketball, football. I think you get, whatever, you just go all out. But whatever, that's fine. We're gonna move on. Ben, it's time. We're here. We've moved past the World Cup semifinals. We know who's in the final. We know who's in the consolation game. Which, by the way, Autumn and I talked about this last night on Primetime. Would your heart be in the consolation game if you were one of these teams?
There's 2 ways to look at it, right? Like Kylian Mbappe, who's plays for France, he's in the 3rd place game.
Yeah.
If he scores any goals, it counts towards the Golden Boot.
Okay.
Which is the Golden Boot is, if you guys don't know, it's the leading scorer at the World Cup tournament.
Okay. Yeah.
Right now, him and Messi are tied.
Okay.
But you'll find. Listen how dumb this is. If there's 2 players tied with the same number of goals for Golden Boot, then it goes to assist.
Okay. Well, all right.
So what's the point of making it what's the point of making it the Golden Boot then?
Yeah, and no one's going to come close to Messi in that. So we know that.
Mbappe's tied right now. They're tied in goals.
Are they really? I didn't know that. I actually no, not goals, assists.
Oh, well, I mean, Mbappe only has 1 less. Messi has 4, Mbappe has 3.
Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay, fair enough.
So the 2 assists yesterday actually catapulted Messi in front in the Golden Boot race.
I felt like Messi was way ahead of Mbappe. I don't know why. No. Maybe it's because I know that he has 10 assists in the knockout round, and I know that the most in the last 60 years of the World Cup is what, like 4?
Yeah.
That's insane. We talk about how good Messi is all the time, but whatever. That's insane. So let's do this. Let's go to the first semifinal that we saw. Let's talk to me about Spain over France. Spain wins 2-0. I felt like it was a little bit of an upset, but you said no, Spain's legit. Not an upset at all. So tell me a little bit about that game, and if anything you saw surprised you at all, or if you expected that.
On paper, it was technically an upset because I think France was favored because France and Argentina are 1 and 2 in the world.
Okay. Yeah.
But Spain has played 7 games in the World, or they've played 6 games in the World Cup, and they have 5 shutouts.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not a fluke. Like Spain is really, really, really good at soccer this year, and it just happens that they have a really, really good team, and France just couldn't get anything going.
Yeah, it happens.
It was the best offense versus the best defense, and the best defense, and we know the saying: defense wins championships.
Yeah, across the board in every sport, it seems like that's the case, right? Yeah, I agree. So Spain wins 2-0 over France. Again, I viewed that as a little bit of an upset. But the match for me, Argentina over England. I mean, tell me this before I ask you about Argentina over England. What feels worse, 1-0 in the 85th minute and losing that, or being up 28-3 in the Super Bowl and losing that lead?
Probably the 1-0 because you end up giving up 2 goals and didn't even send it to extra time.
Yeah.
The
winner was scored 2 minutes into injury time. And I talked to you, by the way, that pass from Messi, I don't think it's a stretch to say that it was absolutely 100% perfect as far as soccer plays go. It was perfect.
And I mean, I texted you this the other day. Like it's crazy. Like Messi's like a chess player.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he'll see plays 4 or 5 plays ahead, and you're like, how did he see that pass? And it's like, because I saw another crazy stat too. Messi has either stood still or walked for 112 of 132 possible minutes in this World Cup.
Wow. Okay.
But yet he has
when to do what to do, I guess, is important.
So yet he's leading the tournament in goals and leading the tournament in assists.
It's insane.
And he's only run for 30 minutes. But it's the whole saying of work smarter, not harder. Like he knows when he has to, like you said, he knows when he has to do something and when he can just be like, okay, I can just stand here.
It's incredible to have your finger on the pulse of a sport so closely that, again, I mean, we just talked about it. I mean, to be able to just take most of the game off.
Yeah.
No, most of the game. I mean, that's an incredible percentage of the game. And then just be active and be, to be able to execute when your team needs you. Like I said, that pass, to be able to see that pass is one thing, Ben, but then to execute it. And like you said, non-dominant foot, by the way, right foot, pass, just perfect height, perfect speed, perfect location. I mean, it was 100% perfect. It blows my mind how good you can be at soccer and how good Messi is.
And like I texted you this too, like when it comes to soccer, right? Like there's good players, there's great players, there's like superstar players. Like your superstar players are here. Messi is like up here. Like he's in his own stratosphere. Like let's put it this way. Like I told you this before, like he scored 91 goals in a calendar year between club and country. That's a record that'll never be touched ever again.
That's insane.
The closest Harry Kane this year for England came close with 70. He had 70 goals in total this year. He's still 21 behind Messi.
That's incredible.
Like,
I mean, it's incredible.
Like, and people like, and I know it's the same as basketball. Like people say, "Oh, Jordan's better." Kobe's better. LeBron's better. Like people have their, but like, if Messi's able to go back to back, I think it solidifies his case as the greatest of all time, and there's no debate. Like, there's no way you can say Cristiano Ronaldo is better without even coming close to winning a World Cup, and Messi ends up going back to back.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's hard to say. It would be very hard to make that case. So let's talk about the final. Okay, so what do we have? We have Spain. We have Argentina. And where? I'm sorry, I don't. Where is Spain ranked in the world?
I think they're like 3 or 4.
Okay, so not a totally unexpected final. Spain and Argentina. Talk to me first. Who has the advantage? And I don't necessarily give me your pick yet. I'm going to get to that. But I just want to know from you who has the advantage, whether it's talent, the tactical advantage, coaching, depth, just whatever overall talent. Who would have the advantage in this final? Look, I mean, obviously you would think it would be the higher ranked team in the world. But what are your thoughts on that?
Who has the advantage? I think it's Argentina.
Okay.
I mean, you have the greatest player in the world who, I mean, we saw it yesterday. He can change the outcome of a game with one moment. Like I literally told my dad, I said, all Messi needs is one moment and he can change a game.
It's amazing.
And he has that assist off that corner that leads to a goal. And then, like you said, he comes on the right side and hits that cross, and 2-1, he has both assists and they win the game.
Yeah.
Like, but at the same time too, it's like, at some point, I mean, it's one of the, like somebody that said, you can never count out Messi, but in my head, it's one of those things where like people say Messi magic. Like at some point, I feel like his magic's going to run out, but it just never seems like it does.
Isn't that insane? Yeah, you would think like at 39, still running around, making plays in the World Cup. Like at one point he would start to look, tired, old, whatever. He doesn't.
Remember the first time I was on when I talked about playing with that passion?
Mm-hmm.
You look at how Messi plays for Argentina. He would die for that country. Yeah. Like he would do anything. He put his life on the line for Argentina.
Yeah.
And that's what every single player that plays for USA needs to do, is like they need to play. Like after that game, Messi was on the ground crying. It wasn't even the World Cup final. It looked like he won the World Cup final.
Yeah.
But he's on the ground crying because they came back and won that game. And it's like, if you don't have that passion, when you're down 1-0 85th minute, you're like, well, we lost. We got no chance. Messi's like, well, I know we're going to win this game.
Yeah.
Like,
and 2 goals within about 7 minutes of play time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane.
But I will say this, though. Spain is very, very good. They got arguably the best player in the world right now, Lamine Yamal. He's 19 years old.
Okay.
He's their player to watch.
Okay.
Although he hasn't scored this tournament, but when he starts for Spain in his career, they're undefeated. They've never lost.
Okay.
So
that. Why are they so good defensively, Ben? Why is Spain so good defensively? Is it just
it's one of those things when it's like every player knows what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
At every single second. It's one of those things too when it's like if one player pushes up, another player drops back and takes a spot.
Okay.
So they're constantly always have numbers in defense.
Okay.
But it's one of those things too when it's like all with Messi, all they need to do is make one mistake and Messi will make them pay.
Yeah.
Like we saw in the England game, they made. I told people this. That first, I don't know if you saw. Did you see the first goal they scored?
I did not know. I mean, I
So it
saw
was
the
all-
highlights of it, but I didn't see it live.
Yeah. So it was off a little corner.
Mhm.
Messi played it short. Guy played it back to him. Messi's dribbling it in. The guy at the top of the box is being guarded by an England player. That player comes over to 2v1 Messi, and Messi just slides on the ball and he scores. It's like there's no like Messi is at no angle to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
And you gave up the guy that has the chance to shoot the ball. You gave up a 2v1 on Messi to pass him the ball. Like,
yeah. And that's part of the greatness though. That I mean, when you
It
draw
is.
that extra attention, you know, and then you have the ability, the first of all, the foresight, but most importantly, the ability to execute and find your teammates like that. I just think that's
I will say this though. It could be one of those games where it could be super high scoring or it could be 0-0.
okay. Yeah, I mean, how nice would it be to get into some maybe some penalty kicks? Who knows?
If it goes to, I'll put it this way: if it goes to penalties, I like I'll just give you this. I'm picking Argentina to win it. That's my pick.
Okay,
Ever
I was
since-
going to ask Argentina. Okay,
Ever since the USA got knocked out, I've been rooting for Argentina. Messi's been my favorite player since I was 10 years old. Since I got into soccer.
that's fair.
So the fact that he's still doing it 29 years later is absolutely it's wild.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things too when it's like, you know, a bunch of England news reporters, you know, called Argentina average, but that average team has the greatest player to ever step foot on a soccer pitch on their team, and that kind of changes things.
Yeah, that pulls the talent up.
It's-
Okay, so do you have a score prediction for us? You said it could be either high scoring, it could be a double shutout at the end. You know, well, not at the end, but you know,
I'm gonna say-
regulation.
I'm gonna say 2-1 Argentina.
2-1 Argentina. Okay.
I think Messi has a goal and assist. I think he'll cap off it. And I think if he wins this, I think he'll officially retire and he'll cap off his international career as a 2-time World Cup champion back to back.
All right, there you go. Ben Bales says 2-1 Argentina in the World Cup final. Argentina wins back-to-back FIFA World Cups. And
First back-to-back winner since I think Brazil.
When would that even have
And-
been?
Let me look up what year.
I remember when Brazil was absolutely dominant too. I remember that.
Yeah, it's Brazil did it in 1958.
Yeah,
In
see, I don't remember that. I'm
1959?
not that old. Not that
No,
old.
but they did that was the last repeat World Cup champion. Like,
Okay.
and it's like we talked about last week. It's just like you'll know how well players are going to develop over a 4-year stretch. Like there could be 7 players on this World Cup roster for Argentina that don't make it back next or in 4 years because they're not as good. So like
True.
the fact that if you are able to repeat, it just shows like how good you've developed talent over a 4-year span. It's like it's not like where you're constantly having a World Cup every single year, so you get the best players every single year. Like you got to stay on top of your game for 4 years to have a chance to play.
It's fair. All right. Well, Ben, thank you so much, man. Like I said, Argentina 2-1 in the final is your prediction.
Mhm.
Back-to-back World Cup, and Messi rides off into the sunset, retires, and
If I'm right, I'm buying a lottery ticket.
all right. Well, that's fair. If you're right, you know what? Maybe buy me a lottery ticket too.
I will.
You-
I will.
Use the win. I'll pay it back for it. I promise. After we win, I'll pay it back. I
Yeah,
promise.
for sure.
All right. Hey, Ben Bales, thank you so much. You obviously are a friend of the show. You're our soccer guy, man. So yeah, predicting the 2-1 Argentina win in the World Cup. Ben, we'll have you on after the final. It's coming up. It's just in a few days.
Sunday.
So, yeah, next week we'll check back in with you after the final, after everything's
Sure.
over and we know who finished third, and we can watch and see if they played that third and fourth place game with any kind of passion, or if
Yeah.
they just didn't care. I'm curious about that. But Ben, like I said, we'll talk to you next week. We'll have you on after the final. Thank you
Cool.
so much for making time for us. We will see you next time,
course.
buddy.
See ya.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick.
With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh.
I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Can I just say, if you get hit in the nuts, not once, not twice, but 3 times in a baseball game, come on, man. Come on. And the parents are sitting there like, oh, little Johnny, is everything okay? And they're not talking about the ump. They're talking about their little kids. You know, like, if you let an ump get hit in the nuts 3 times, you're a terrible 8-year-old catcher. I'm just going to say it. Also, LeBron James, I think he's on his way to Golden State. Steve Kerr says he's already there. And I think it's time. It ain't over, but it's getting pretty close to over. I think a decision is going to be made at Fanatics Fest. Him and Stephen Curry and Draymond joining forces with the Golden State Warriors. Good riddance. My goodness. Cleveland Browns, they're dead last in several statistical categories, including a triplets list. Is that believable? I know it's the Browns. Are we being a little bit too harsh? And also last night, I gave you 7 teams that did not make the playoffs last year that I believe will make the playoffs this year. Now, tonight on Midnight Run, those new teams got to replace 7 teams. So I'm going to give you the 7 teams that made the playoffs this year that will be out this upcoming season. All that and more coming up later tonight on Midnight Run.
What's up, guys? Awesome show today on Unfiltered. Broke down a lot. Also talked with Jake Underwood about the whole President Trump speech. Happens at 9 o'clock this evening. We'll break that down tomorrow. Anything major come out of that? When it comes to the 2020 election, Iran, any of those updates, we'll have them for you here on Unfiltered. And it's going to be time for the meme of the week. Double A Anthony Alford is the victim again this week. We'll find out just what you guys decided with the top 3 memes and the honorable mention right here on Unfiltered, 5 p.m., all along the Inside Edge Network. I will see you Friday.
right. Welcome back in. Welcome back in to your Thursday, the last leg of your Thursday edition of Inside Edge Primetime, right here on the Inside Edge Network. As I scroll the 3.5 miles up to the top of here so you can actually see me again. There I am. There I am. Look at me. Not that the title screen with the autumn is not fantastic. We love that. But yeah, you want to probably see who's talking to you a little bit. So we are back. Like I said, we're in the last leg of Inside Edge Primetime. It's a great interview today with Ben Bales. Again, just recapping, he thinks Argentina is going to beat Spain 2-1. He gave us a score prediction, the World Cup final. So we'll have him back on. We'll check up with him next week, and then we'll find out if he was right or if soccer is a tough sport to call sometimes. But we'll definitely check in with Ben next week. We'll rehash the whole final. We'll rehash the third, fourth place game, whatever. We'll get into all that stuff. But just a couple minutes left, so I'm going to quickly buzz through our last segment of the evening before Autumn Chisholm comes onto the screen to join you for the Daily Spiral. And it's time. It doesn't need a huge intro. Guys, it's time to go do, it's one of my favorite segments. All of our segments that we do, I call them all my favorites. It's like when you have kids, you know what I mean? They're all equally favorite. That's how I feel about the segments, but it's time to go in the comments. Let's go. And before I pull it up, this is I have a go-to meteorologist on Facebook. It seems like every time she posts any update, something happens in the I can't quite call exactly what it is, but I usually find some gems. So these were two different posts, one about taking some time away from her actual job, her meteorology job, and the other post was about the air quality alerts. I'll let you decide which comments go with which post. Here we go. Here's the first one. It's short, simple, to the point. Sick. And 7 people like that. 7 people agreed with whatever that is on your screen. SICCCUUUDDD with an exclamation point. So she really meant that. That person really meant that. He or she, I don't know. Sikud is our first. It's fantastic. Let's move on. This was a funny reaction. This was about the air quality, no doubt. And this is a normal reaction. You got the terrified face, right? 7 people said, yeah, I agree with that. But listen, there was a point in time on Facebook where no one was safe from the scammers, right? Not even the terrified face. I'll tell you, this person also had no profile picture, nothing to base this off of. But here's the scammer reaction. Hello. Wave emoji there. I must admit you're so pretty, double heart emoji. Do you have time? I want to remember the exact moment I had a crush on you. Art. Nice having you here. Get out of here, scammer. That's not going to work. I do see people respond to these all the time. They're like, thank you so much. Yeah, I'll talk. Not good. Don't do that. Don't fall for the Facebook scammers. I thought this one was, I'll just bring it up. I don't really know how to preface this one. Let's just read it. I love you so very beautiful women much, and I never let go of you, promise to know about it, and I think you are very beautiful, good-looking woman, and your dog okay. Triple yellow heart emoji, sparkly heart emoji times 4. 2 is greater than 2 exclamation points. That's great. Yeah. Silly Duke says, that's adorable. Yeah, it's adorable. I don't know that it's on topic or makes a whole lot of sense, but hey, whatever. So speaking of air quality alerts, that's dangerous stuff, right? You could really, it's a health concern. Gotta stay inside, gotta stay away from that stuff. It's bad. This next person can relate, and they say so. This is a long one. It's all in caps. They're yelling at us. I actually can relate. I had a spider bite my little toe. The misconception by a cardiologist made my wound get worse until I got to see my primary care doctor a week later. Then he had me go to a wound care specialist as soon as possible. The wound care this is a very detailed account of what happened. The wound care doctor sent me to have x-rays and CAT scans done, which showed I had a severe infection that needed immediate care before the infection kills me. It took days and hours, then an immediate surgery needed to be done to get rid of the severe infection, which led to a double surgery to save my life and my foot. I was put immediately on 3 antibiotic IVs for several days to stop the infection before it kills me, so a toe injury can kill a person. My gorgeous true love. That was about the air quality today. That post was the air quality. Yeah, I agree. Silly Duke. Real wordsmith. Absolutely. This is publishable, I think. And then our final one before we switch over to to our red outfits and get Autumn in here for the Daily Spiral. This is another long one, so buckle up. Again, this is air quality. This is a post about being careful due to air quality alerts today all over the nation. Good morning, redacted. It's a Monday morning, 14. This was apparently back in. Well, no, I think they just had the date wrong. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. It's a Monday morning, 14 June 2026. This reads like a journal entry. Your professionalism and as the trophy for the people of tomorrow. You're on the money as all of the help and handouts have be written, wrote, sanged, and roped in the progress protection. In a lot matters, something are easier to accept. That's EXCEPT, by the way. When things are planned, but when the ending starts to twist, the reel turns to a stream of screaming of denials. This is really hard to read, sorry. So we persist with the interlude, the change links. Prepared, it's just some are into fitting a lot tighter, giving time back then, putting time into themselves. So as starter and a finisher, we live and let live. The tomorrows are not promised for the false. It can only be for the truth. Redacted. You are a good. I can't let you stand around this path to nowhere. Take yours somewhere. My hope you continue with the growth you've been given the ability to entertain. This is entertaining, which I have yet to experience and all because this is a one-way street. A lot of swerving its way to get in the way for imagination out of control. It's very time consuming. This is very time consuming and only satisfy the one that knows what it means to be dictated to end. Happy Monday. Sincerely, Mr. Friendly. And 12 people read that and said, I can rock with that. I like that. 12 people like that comment. I don't know. But that's in the comments. That's all I've got for you this week. Again, we're going to switch it over. I know Autumn doesn't like this song, so I'm going to stop the song. Started it over. Sorry, Autumn. We're going to switch over into our red outfits and see how we look. Hold on. Let's see. Quick uniform. Boom. All right. There we go. Oh, I went widescreen on you. Look at that. Hey, how you doing? See the whole studio? That's great. The whole studio looks good in red, even though it's blue. That's fine. Autumn, do you want to come on the screen with me, or do you want to switch over? How do you want to do this? I think she's telling me she wants to come on the screen. All right, I'm going to put her on the screen. I hope that was her answer. I truly do. Autumn, good. How are you? Oh no. Oh no, Autumn.
And because
I can't hear you, Autumn. I think your headphones are doing that thing where they're taking the audio again. I don't know why. All right, we're gonna put her on. Hold on. We're gonna stretch it out a little bit. I wish I had like 5 more comments to share with you, but that's okay. What would this week be without a couple of technical glitches? I mean, honestly, what would the end of the week be? It's been a week of weirdness. And I'm sure Autumn will signal to me whenever she's ready to come back on. We'll get her back on soon. Let's get her back. Let's see what happened. Did we fix it?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's a little delayed, but I can't hear you. That's good news.
Hold on.
You look like you're going through it. Are you doing okay this evening?
Can you hear me fully now?
Oh no. I can hear you fully now. You sound wonderful now.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Thank you. No, I was trying to say that I was at work earlier and I was dying because of this. The air quality is so trash, and I have asthma.
Yeah.
So I had to leave work early because I work in a place where the door opens 20, 50 times a day. So the smell was getting in there. Like half the staff left. It was a crazy day. It was a nuts day.
I saw a lot of people post like it just smells like a campfire. Like, well, most campfires don't smell like plastic and chemicals burning, and I mean it's awful. I don't know if you saw back at the beginning. There was a post earlier. Actually, Matt Wentz, our friend of our network here, posted a little bit earlier on Facebook today that we had the worst air quality in the entire world at one point today. That's crazy. I mean,
It
that's insane.
Super post-apocalyptic when I stepped outside my house and I was like, this is not going to be good.
Yeah, our whole neighborhood was smoky. It was wild. Even though I could see it. It was just sitting in my yard. I mean, I could see it. Pretty crazy. So yeah, it's been a wild day. It's been a wild week here on the network and just everywhere. It's been a weird one, Autumn. So
yeah, my microphone's not working. My headphones just, it's one of those days.
Yeah, it's been that kind of a week though. I've had a bunch of technical glitches here. Our power almost went out earlier. I can't share anything from my phone to my computer. I can't email it to myself. For some reason, it's getting stuck. So I have to go in and like copy and paste and set up all kinds of weird I'm just tired. I'm glad that it's Thursday evening, and that it's my Friday essentially at this point. So I'm gonna get some rest and relaxation. I'm gonna kick my feet up and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my evening. I'm gonna watch the Daily Spiral. I'm gonna go on a journey with you. You said you're taking us on a journey while you do your favorite thing. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. We're about to spiral out of control because I'm about to educate you on the manosphere tonight.
Okay. Did you see my case for Die Hard? Did you see the first part of the show?
No, I didn't see the first part of the show. I took an extended nap until like 9 o'clock. And then
honestly, that's an acceptable. Yeah, that's an acceptable. That's fine. Acceptable. Always pick sleep. That's fine. I was going to be offended for a second. I was going to have my feelings hurt a little bit. But then you said you took a nap, and I'm for it. So I can't argue against that. We're all good. Autumn, how do you want to do this? Do you want to what do we do here? Do we play the station ID? Then do we go to your intro? How do you want to do this?
Yeah, play the station ID, go to my intro, and I'll take it from here.
Okay, let me find your intro. I should have your intro somewhere. I'm in your studio. I'm lost.
It says yellow typography. That's what it says.
Oh, well, why would it say yeah? That's very confusing. I was looking for like Autumn's intro or something. That's fine.
I just never changed the Canva name.
See, I feel like that was done on purpose. Did you? You didn't see my face? Okay, well, it's fine. I'll talk to you about it later. Facebook thinks my name is Boosh Amuser. That was my pronunciation guide for my name. I don't know, Autumn. I
Chad Bryan?
Yeah, Boosh Amuser. I'm not in my studio, so I can't show you anymore. I was looking for that too, and I'm like, where's that? It's not here. Nothing's here. Nothing's here. Where am I? I'm old and lost. Station ID, then Autumn's intro, then I'm out of here. All right. See you guys. Have a good night.
Welcome into the Daily Spiral here. I'm by myself today. I'm by myself tonight. No Chad, no Eli, no Double A. Well, Double A's crack show will be coming up later. But I have a great show for you guys tonight. Because number one, so I'm going to really talk this boy for about 40 minutes about any topic I want to. Now, I could have talked about anything. I could have talked about the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the state of how superhero movies are giving us TV, not because, it's a bad thing, but just because there's too many. I could have talked about Love Island again. I could have talked about Love Island UK and just how insane, but I'm going to talk about one thing and one thing: the Manosphere. If you don't know what the Manosphere is, I don't even know how to describe it. Manosphere to me is like a giant collection of, excuse my French when I say this, bullshit. Okay? It's supposed to be an alternative to the feminist movement of today and men's rights activists and people like Kavlicular and Myron Gaines and Nick Fuentes and all those terrible people. And I want to talk about how the Manosphere has essentially invaded popular culture, especially in properties like Love Island USA, Love Island UK. When it comes to film, when it comes to television, the Manosphere has fully ingrained itself. So let's talk about it a little bit. What is the Manosphere? So the Manosphere is sort of like an echo chamber for men. It is this red pill theory that men are the victims, men are alone, and men are just they're the most endangered species in the world, which is not true. Men are in charge of mostly every country and continent in this world. Men are literally the center of the universe, and the Manosphere is supposed to guide these men into doing unspeakable things to themselves. For example, someone like Clavicular, a man who microdoses meth and smashes his face and got a bad nose job from Dr. Miami, which anybody who knows about Dr. Miami knows he was going to get a bad nose job, whatever. But you have him creating this entire sort of vocabulary around himself, like mogging and looks maxing, and us sort of adapting this, vernacular and language to our own persons. Like, for example, looks maxing, I don't even use that term, but people have used blank maxing or this maxing because it's this thing of like, we are supposed to be like accepting of this behavior, even though he's a racist, red pill misogynist. And when it comes to a show like Love Island USA, we've seen it all season. I've talked on this show about it. And I'm going to talk about this red pill theory. And I'm really talk about it in regards to two people. Well, I could say three people. Actually, you know what? I could say four, but I'm gonna leave it to two. Specifically with Zach and Casey. Now, I know I could say Sincere, but Sincere is just a pathological liar. I've talked about this multiple times. He's not red pill. He's just dumb. Okay? Dumb and red pill are two different things. He just comes from a super misogynistic family. No, he's not red pill. He's just stupid. Okay, he's just a liar. But when I talk about Zach and KC being red pill, I talk about them being red pill because they use such striking language. So Harper's Bazaar did a beautiful article. It was written by, let me see, who was their name? It was written by let me go. Michael Cubby. Earlier this week, and it says what Love Island USA says about today's dating gender wars. And essentially he goes into this article about why the audience is not really receiving to people like Zach or KC, and why we, especially as women, especially because Love Island USA is a predominantly women audience, are not sort of catering to this idea. And so all season we saw these two do some very red pill like behavior that's just like, yo, you're crazy. I saw KC call Anaya grandma for not, giving up affection. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna show you the moment that turned KC red pill. I'm gonna show you guys the moment that I knew that he was about to make every woman his victim.
Empty.
Is there?
I'm sorry. I know I gotta be serious. This is a serious conversation. I know I gotta be serious. Let me watch it one more time.
That shit empty.
A clip that never makes me fail to laugh. It just is so stupid. But that moment is what led him down the road to decide to punish every single woman in that house, right? And it was not just Anaya. Anaya is the woman he ended up partnering with because he was forced to be with her. And he essentially, from that moment on, wanted to, whoever he was going to be partnered up with, that was going to be his victim. That was the girl that was going to be his target to punish her. Anaya just happened to be the wrong one. Anaya also came from a great background. She came from a great family. She came from an environment where her family treated her like a princess. And we even saw that when Anaya was like, I want to be treated like a princess. I want my fairy tale. He laughed in her face and said, yeah, I don't do that. She said, well, I would like it if, open doors and this. He said, we don't open doors around here. What are you talking about? Like, huh? Especially because you have a feminist icon like Maya Angelou's Still I Rise on your back. And you're talking about, yeah, I don't do fairy tales. So then you punish her. You get mad at her because she doesn't show you the proper affection that you want. You go to Casa Amor, you act a fool, you find a girl who's tripping over herself to get to you. She's tripping over herself to be with you. She's tripping over herself to want to please you. And even then, you still play in her face. Because I don't think anybody else, like I didn't forget, you didn't want to sleep with her after the first night after she gave it up to you, right? You wanted to test out another girl because that girl was also willing to give it up to you. Then you went back to the other girl. Then you brought that girl back to the villa. You were so excited. You compared her to your mother and your grandmother and your sister, which is crazy. I'm sorry. I will mention it 20 times over. Mentioning that a mother, grandmother, sister. No. You did all of that. You played in everyone's faces. And then when the audience was just about to get you back, when we were just about to say, you know what, maybe he deserves to be in the Final Four. Maybe he deserves a second shot. You talk to Sincere of all people, and you say, yes, she's worthy to be my girlfriend. No woman should be talked about in that way. No woman should be told she is worthy to be my girlfriend. She has shown me she is worthy. She is not your possession to show that she's worthy. And even then, now that he's out the villa, when he went on After Sun, and he still talks about Anaya, he still made himself the victim in this rhetoric because that's what he thinks. He's also a Kevin Samuels warrior, so that should tell you everything you need to know about him. But I'm going to get on his buddy, his friend, Zach, when we come back from the break. Because I need to talk about Zach, because Zach is actually worse than Casey. And this also goes into this manosphere logic, especially in the UK, because I'm also going to talk about Love Island UK and how they are also engaging in this manosphere logic. But you guys are watching the Daily Spiral here on Inside Edge Network. We'll be back in just a few.
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one-stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
All right, welcome back to the Daily Spiral, everyone. Before the break, I was telling you about the manosphere and how it has invaded popular culture, specifically reality television, film, and regular television. So I'm going to get into the other part of this Love Island conversation involving manosphere rhetoric, and that is Zach. Zach. Now, I've called Zach a lot of things on this show, but I will say this. Zach is one of the worst, okay? I call him a messy bitch because he is messy bitch, right? We've seen Zach types on Love Island for years, right? He's kind of like a Kendall. He's a game player. He wanted to win, right? He's not just there for love. He wants that money, that 50K, you say. But I genuinely think about this because Zach is from the UK and I have watched a fair share of Love Island UK as well as Love Island US. And they are also very red pill and they're also very manosphere driven. And I think this season, all of the British men I've seen on television have just given me the ick, right? But Zach on the US version has given me such an ick to the point where I'm like, yeah, he's just as bad. And I think this backlash that he's getting, a lot of people don't understand it. And I'm going to explain it. Zach is getting backlash because he didn't get his lashings at movie night. At movie night, everybody got something. Corbin got something. Casey got something. Sincere deserved everything he got. I will still stay on that neck, right? Zach had one little clip that we saw, and that was his whole relationship with Alana, right? And we know that there's a lot that hasn't been shown. We know that we could see more, but in all reality, Zach wasn't affected like the rest of them were, right? Because as the audience, what we see is Zach making little comments. What we saw is Zach holding affection. What we saw is Zach essentially being like, well, I'm the victim here. I do this, that, the other, and you do that, and the other. Sorry, that's my British. That's part of, no, I'm better at it than that. But that's how I perceive him, right? And he also goes with this very red pill rhetoric of, I deserve this. I deserve that. I deserve to be catered to and loved, right? Even when the girls went to the water park, when he was like, oh, the sky's blue and I can drink my coffee. And it's like, what are you talking about? And it seeps into the UK as well. Love Island UK. This season we had Opie. Opie is one of the worst contestants I've ever seen on a reality television show, and that says a lot. Opie openly was just so mean to all the girls. We have Kavan and Aiden, the brothers who participated in threesomes, who somehow, some way got these two beautiful girls crying over them. We got Simba, who literally is called the Lion King. I'm about to play a clip of Mara, his Casa Amor connection, talking about him.
Okay. Well, thanks for apologizing again. Looking at you right now, I'm just irritated. Hearing your name, I'm irritated. Your aura is irritating. Your face is irritating. Your voice is irritating. Simba. I just feel like, yeah.
I just feel like I've fucked up and I'm facing the music right now, innit?
Yeah. I'ma stay away.
Right? He's mad, he's sad, he's sulking. Mara is saying he's irritating because he brought her back from Casa Amor, knowing that he still had feelings for his villa girl Angelista, right? And Simba played this victim, and he played this lion, or excuse me, what they call him, the Lion King, right? Because he just lies. And we've seen it over the last few seasons, especially in Love Island UK, of these men who just come in and tell lies, right? But the manosphere just doesn't like it doesn't just extend to reality TV. It also extends to movies, right? Remember how I said I was going to go into a deep dive of, the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Yeah, Marvel Cinematic Universe is in shambles right now. And it's not because it's bad content. It's because we have these red pill incel men who are constantly shitting on the project and saying, I don't like Captain Marvel. Who wants to go see the Marvels? Who wants to go see this movie with a woman, and review bombing it and making the movie look bad? And when you actually sit down and watch the movie, it's a great film. I watched the Marvels. Marvel was great to me. Captain Marvel, first watch it was good. Second watch, hey, whatever floats your boat. But we've seen it even with more modern movies like Supergirl. Supergirl came out a month ago, and it got review bombed terribly, because there's an incel culture amongst popular culture that these men have to be in charge and contribute to all of this stuff. And they are in charge, and they are sort of the arbiters of culture. And we see it every single year. And I'm at the point now where it's getting hard to watch certain things because of this kind of content, and because the crafting around it. Hell, I'm going to use the greatest example I can use. Star Wars. The greatest example of manosphere content is Star Wars. Star Wars fans hate Star Wars. If you ever know anything about Star Wars is the fandom that loves it the most and hates it the most. Star Wars fans are so toxic that they bullied a child out of school. He literally had to be homeschooled. They bullied several people out of the industry, to where they don't want to make movies anymore. Who else got you had Kelly Tran. She got rid of her social media accounts after being bullied and sent death threats and harassment on Instagram. The actress who played Reva from Obi-Wan Kenobi, she had people sending her death threats. Daisy Ridley had people sending her death threats. All three of these women were leads in their shows or movies. And all three of these women had to go through this rhetoric of fanboy incels coming at them and hating them because they ruined their product, right? But nothing's wrong, huh? There's no problem. There's no issue. Men are lonely. They're in a male loneliness epidemic. But you guys are bullying women on social media. But you guys are review bombing films. But you guys are seeping your terrible takes into reality television. And till this day, there is still arguments going online calling the women of Love Island USA witches because Casey didn't make the final. witches, saying that they are witches. There's people in Islanders comments where outside of the Islanders and the regular people, they're putting horrific memes of these women. A woman on last season and this season had a photo of themselves photoshopped onto George Floyd's body. And y'all don't think we have a problem? And you don't think we have a manosphere problem? And you don't think we have a red pill problem? And you don't think we have the male loneliness epidemic problem when it comes to popular culture and television? And I can go deeper into this if you want to. I can go way back. But I'm not going to do that, okay? I'm going to keep it positive. I'm going to keep it light. I'm going to play my favorite video game because this is...
Empty.
Just never fails to make me laugh because, again, that clip right there sent the whole trajectory of the season. That clip right there is the reason why so many people have gotten so much hate. That clip right there is the reason why a woman had to have a mental breakdown. She had a mental breakdown. She would have had a psychological breakdown. She would have had to be institutionalized. But that clip right there is because he didn't get picked. That clip right there is because the women saw through his games when he said he picked the plant door because women like plants, don't they? I don't even know what to tell you. We're just in an epidemic of just terribleness, just awfulness when it comes to treating women like shit, okay? When it comes to engaging in rhetoric. We're just in a really, really terrible place. But we're going to go to break. When we come back, I am going to talk about some current events, some current news. Going to give you some updates on some things. And then we'll switch it over to Double A's Crack Show because he should be in the chat. He should be somewhere. But you guys are watching the Daily Spiral here on Inside Edge Network. Excuse me. We'll be back in just a few.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick.
With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh.
I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife, Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Welcome back into the Daily Spiral, everyone. Let's get into the news portion. All right, so all of the Islanders have hit social media. Melanie was spotted in Malibu. Kata, Trinity, Zach, and Bryce all attended a welcome home dinner for Bryce, in which his best friend printed out 30 pages worth of memes. At this dinner was a very interesting collection of people. You had JC Chazet from NSYNC. You had Chris Colfer and Kevin McHale from Glee. We found out today that Bryce is friends with Paris Hilton. Who else is he? He's friends with so many people, but they attended a welcome dinner. Anaya is back home in Georgia. Her dad posted a video of surprising her at the airport. Carl is back in Colorado. His best friend came to surprise him. He posted a video as well. He's also been killing it on socials, y'all. Y'all have to go look at him on social media. He is hilarious. We got some updates on the season 8 reunion. On the Love Island USA app, they had a poll. They had a bunch of polls that you could answer, and they put on their Instagram stories, what questions would you like to know from the season 8 cast? And so if you haven't, please go check it out. Sports-wise, LeBron James went on Tyrese Halliburton's podcast during Fanatics Fest, which is happening this weekend in NYC. And if you don't know this, Fanatics is a sponsor of the Inside Edge Network. Please, please, please use our code. Or we usually have a QR code. If not, go to our website and use the deal. But Fanatics Fest is this weekend, and LeBron James said that he has told people, he has hinted through social media where he is going. Please don't take that as face value, y'all. This man has been doing this since I was 14. I'm 31. I've gone through the decision. I'm gone through the welcome home. I've gone through the leaving again. And now it's been almost 10 years since the last time he left. Don't take him at face value. When he says, I've already posted it on social media. You just have to look for the clues. There ain't no clues. He's lying. I love LeBron, but he's a liar. LeBron is, you know how we talked about it once here. LeBron is the sincere of the NBA. He'll tell you, I told you the truth. You just got to look for the clues. And he's just lying. He's a liar. Don't believe the lies. But he was asked why he opted out of free agency. He was asked a bunch of questions, but he essentially said, yeah, it's like wherever he's going, he's already hinted at it on social media, whatever. The World Cup, the final is set. Is going to be Spain versus Argentina. Jude Bellingham. Jude. We didn't talk about this last night, but Jude Bellingham slapped the dog piss out of one of the Argentina players on the sideline, and I genuinely think that Argentina does not understand just how racist they are. Argentina understands that they're not liked, but they don't understand that they're racist. They also don't understand that multiple players can also understand. So the player in question was in the huddle with his fellow Argentina players, and I don't think he realized that Jude Bellingham was standing behind him, and I don't also think he realized that Jude Bellingham can also understand Spanish. So he said something clearly. Jude heard him, slapped him in the back of the head, turned around, pushed him, and Jude was in his face. And I've never seen a team that's just so unlikable. They're so talented, but they're wildly unlikable. And everything that was shown yesterday, nothing was likable. They were tackling people, they were kicking people, they were pulling hair, they were complaining to the refs, they were making very racist gestures. One of their fans literally got kicked out of the stadium because they were hurling racial insults at a police officer, so they got carried out in Atlanta. In Atlanta? What are you doing? And I think football fans, or just fans alike that are watching the World Cup, we just want Argentina to get humbled at this point. Argentina has skated. They've done crazy stuff to Egypt. They've done crazy stuff to England. They've done crazy stuff to Cape Verde. They've been crazy all tournament. And I think we all just want them to get humbled. Now, I'm not going to pick the winner because I don't care. I like the World Cup. I think it's fun. I think it's kind of like the Olympics of like every 4 years it happens. We really just kind of like deep dive into it, but I'm just like over it at this point. More news. I just had a brain blank. I literally just had a brain blank. In Love Island UK, frontrunner Ellie decided to go home this episode after her former partner, was dumped from the island. Ellie went home. Everybody was devastated. Some people don't understand why. I understand why. It's just we're in a I understand why. Also, an announcement apparently has been made about the upcoming cast of Marvel's new X-Men reboot. Now, this is not an official cast confirmation. This has just been reported by certain people. So the reported cast so far is Cooper Hoffman as Cyclops, Bill Skarsgård as Professor X, Sadie Sink as Jean Grey, and Adam Driver as Sinister. Now, Sadie Sink is reportedly supposed to play Jean Grey in the next Spider-Man film. She's supposed to be the villain of the film. Even though Tom Holland himself said that this film does not connect to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I would be very surprised. Last night's ESPYs was very interesting. I was bored. I think we were all bored. The ESPYs to me are boring, but we did get some interesting tidbits. Alyssa Liu won Best Breakthrough Athlete, and people are not happy about it. I'm sorry. You're talking about a woman who was forced into a sport just because her dad looked at her skating one day and was like, "You're good at skating. Let's put you in it." She then became the youngest ever to win a national championship. She then just won it several times. Went to the Olympics, was investigated by China. Literally had a whole spy operation put on her because her dad is Chinese and he left China in a very crazy way, and then retired for 2 years, decided not going to do that, just have a normal life, have fun. Went skiing one weekend, found that the adrenaline of skiing and snowboarding really was like something that she was missing, decided to go back to training, told her coaches, "We're going to do it my way. We're going to have set rules that are my rules and that are not your rules." She fired her dad as her manager. She brought back her 2 coaches. Those set of rules included they were not going to monitor what she ate. They were not going to monitor her music. If skating becomes too much, she is allowed to leave and she is allowed to just be herself. After 2 years away from the sport, just a year ago, she won the World Championships. She became the world champion after 2 years away from the sport. Then, during the Olympics, she won 2 gold medals, one in the team sport, one in the individual sport. She became the first U.S. figure skater since 2002. 22 years. Excuse me. My math is wrong. 24 years to win a gold medal as a singles skater. She became the first female Olympian to win 2 gold medals in figure skating. Well, the first American to win 2 gold medals during figure skating. And she won Best Breakthrough Athlete, and there's some people that don't understand why. What? Again, insane. Myles Garrett was presented with the best record-breaking performance by his girlfriend, Chloe Kim, and it was very cute. Definitely she didn't expect it, and she posted a very cute video talking about, I think he likes me. I love their relationship. I'm going to miss Myles here. Chloe was very, very cute. I just love their relationship. Asia Wilson won Best WNBA Player. Again, the woman won a championship, Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, and Finals MVP. She's the best women's basketball player there is right now. There's nobody touching her. Lauren Betts won Best Collegiate Basketball Player. Just overall, just a great night for women. Trying to think of any more news. That's pretty much it on the news. When we come back, though, I'll share my final thoughts. I'll share some previews of next week going forward, and I'll even bring Double A on screen, and we'll talk a little bit about the list that I gave him yesterday, and I want to see if he started it. But we're about to go to break. When we come back, we're going to hit on all of that, and you're watching The Daily Spiral here on Inside Edge Network.
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
We are in the last segment of the show. Last segment of the show. I do have some more news. Like I said, this has been a crazy time. Number one, air quality outside, terrible. If you have asthma, please wear a mask. I have asthma. I wore a mask today. Please, 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 please wear a mask. Also, there are people that didn't know Cleveland and Canada weren't that far apart away from each other. Y'all, Toronto is literally across Lake Erie. Like, I'm not just saying that. Like, I have to explain how I know this. So, I was working for our lovely, beautiful Cleveland baseball team, and Toronto playing the Cleveland Guardians. And there were a lot of Toronto fans, and I'm like, whoa, like, there's a ton of people here from Toronto. And somebody was like, yeah, that's because Cleveland and Toronto are not that far away from each other, and they're so close that they actually sometimes share a frequency when it comes to television. So they would get a lot of Cleveland-based things in Toronto. So just so you know, Canada is literally across the lake from Cleveland. Also, if you go to Detroit, you can also end up in Canada. I don't understand how people don't realize that Canada is that close. But I'll give you my good spiral, my bad spiral of the day. Good spiral. The thing that's going to make you happy. The thing that you're going to say, ooh, I want to go down that rabbit hole. I want to look this up. I want to immerse myself in this. Is going to be X-Men 97. X-Men 97 Season 2 is currently out. It's currently airing. X-Men 97 Season 1 is some of the best television, whether it be cartoon or regular, I've ever seen. It had me on the edge of my seat every single week. And now that Season 2 is out, I cannot wait to watch it. I have a free weekend kind of a little bit to watch it. So I'm just going to be like so excited because it left off on a cliffhanger last season. Essentially, it is a spinoff of the X-Men cartoon series of the 90s. That's why it's called X-Men 97. So if you want to watch that, go to Disney Plus, sit yourself down, and you're going to, it's a great watch. I can't wait to watch Season 2. Bad spiral of the day. Unfortunately, it has to go to one Mr. Jax Taylor himself. If you don't know who Jax Taylor is one of the worst people to ever appear on a television screen. Jax Taylor was coked out of his mind for the entire 13-year run of his television career. And then when he came out as a coke addict, he expected all of us to be surprised. And it was like, why are we surprised? Your pupils were blown to bits every single time we saw you. Sir, you literally wore a white, chunky sweater in the middle of the summer in Vegas and showed up to your ex-girlfriend's birthday party and said, the show's here. You literally lied to that girl for an entire summer, turned her entire friends against her after you got someone pregnant in Vegas. You cheated on the woman you married. Body shamed her to the point where she still has to get surgeries because your shaming was so bad. Just don't go down the Jax Taylor road. He seems interesting, but you're gonna get pissed off. You're gonna get pissed off. I get pissed off when I think about Jax Taylor. But that is my bad spiral and good spiral. Someone is in the chat. Well, not in the chat. Someone, you know what? Let's bring him on screen. What are you doing?
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you see it? This right here. This has been a long day. This has been a long week. This right. Look at this. Just look. Just listen. Look at that. And then my favorite part's coming up. My favorite part. Hold up. It's still filling up. It's still filling up. This is my good spiral every single night when I do these shows. Hold on. Here it is. Oh, it's almost done. I promise it's almost done. Here it is. Ah, yes.
And he wonders why. And he wonders why I call his TV show a crack show.
Oh, we got great. We're going to talk about fires. We're going to talk about lettuce because apparently we can't eat healthy these days.
My mom literally threw all of her lettuce away. Any vegetable she had, she threw it away because she said, and I quote, "I'm not going to keep going through this."
Autumn. So I went to Wendy's yesterday.
Which one did you go to? Wait. Which one did you go to?
It was Solon. It was after my workout.
I was gonna say, did you go to Oakwood? Because I know somebody who works at the Oakwood one.
Oh no, that's a little too far from me.
That's not that far away from you. That's literally down the street from where you live.
I got a closer Wendy's in Maple, but that's not the point. That's not the point. I was in Solon. I was finishing up my workout. And I had my go-to, one of my top chicken sandwiches, the spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's.
Okay.
It was good. It was real good. No tomato for me. I don't do tomatoes, but it was really good. And I realized at the end of the sandwich, oh crap, I ate the lettuce. So I'm okay. I'm okay right now. I did hear, Autumn, that with this latest news with the explosive diarrhea and stuff, that this is a safer weight loss plan for a lot of folks. So
I told you I already went through this a couple weeks ago, right after literally I went to New York. I couldn't eat anything. Everything I ate came out of my body. I literally was only eating fruits and vegetables, y'all, and it was still coming out. And then a week during the time, I saw the damn article about the parasite, and I was like, I hope this is not happening to me. I hope this is not happening to me. But then I heard
that's usually what happens, though, right? It's like afterwards. I think, not to go serious here for a second, I think that's what happened with COVID all those years ago. People didn't know what it was at first, and they were really getting sick, and it's like, what the hell's going on? And then months later, this.
Yeah. So this is the thing, though. Is that I've seen the news articles about certain people that have been on the toilet for like 17 hours. I wasn't on the toilet for 17 hours, you guur. It was like maybe an hour, if that, not even. It was just diarrhea.
A little shorter than that.
Yeah.
Oh.
But no, I didn't have it. Like I just have IBS. That's it.
Yeah.
But
by the way, you need this today.
Yeah,
you need this today.
I know, as someone that has asthma and that was sitting in a job where people come in and out, I will say this. I work in a place where it could be, the world literally could be on fire and they will still come in and ask, can I print something?
I don't know if you've seen this video.
Like,
it was a convenience store. They were getting robbed. And like everybody's taking stuff in the background. And there's a lady at the cash register, a customer. She's, while all this stuff's going on in the background, can you get my cigarettes?
That's exactly how it feels. Because you're like, I can't breathe. Like literally, it was literally, I'm in the building. I was in two different places to where I was like, bro, I'm struggling. One place I didn't even attempt to go back to because it's I work in a building that's over 110 years old, right? So I just took a step and I was like, I'm not going back there. It literally smells like ash.
Yeah.
But as we were literally doing this guy came in and he's been on one this week. I told you I work in an insane asylum sometimes. He came in, me and my coworkers were talking to him. Well, not talking to him. He was in our area. And one of my coworkers was like, do you need any help? He was like, no. I'm Jesus Christ.
Excuse me?
And then we were like, hey, this area is not for adults, it's for teenagers. And he went out, said, I need security, came back in and said, I am a child. I identify as a child, and I also identify as Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to see how Jesus would handle security.
I told you he's been on one all week. I just like you guys. That could be a whole show. If I could tell the stories that happen at my job, like when I tell you the way that y'all will look at libraries so much differently. If I could tell the jobs that happen at my story, like the stories that happen at my job.
Would more people go to the library or less after we hear the stories?
Less.
Like way less.
Way less. And this is the thing is I want to say this. I want to say this while I have this platform for all 29 of you. If someone says to you, hey, go to the library, everything is free, don't believe that. It's not
please don't.
True. The only thing that's free at a library is your ability to check out books, movies, or music. That's it.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, that's terrible.
Or if you want to have a book a meeting room, that's it.
And half y'all didn't even read the books when you're supposed to read the books back at the schoolhouse.
Yeah, popcorn.
Anyway, y'all hated library class. Y'all hated the time. Like, no. Just because your internet didn't work, at home doesn't mean you just show up to the library and stuff. I do remember
Also, stop watching porn on library computers. It's very weird for us as employees because we have to tell you, hey, stop watching porn. And then you're getting mad at me because I have to tell you stop watching porn. Stop watching porn. Stop also trying to print out inappropriate pics. I once had a guy who said to me, I'm dead serious. I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to tell you the story before we switch over to Midnight Run. This guy came in. He kept asking me. He was like, hey, I need some help. I'm like, what do you need help with? He said, these pictures are not printing out in color. I'm like, okay. And I looked and I'm like, that looks weird. And it was clearly some inappropriate photos, right? And I'm like, still trying to help him because I can see slightly, but not everything. And then I kept helping him, going back and forth, and I stopped. He was printing out pictures of vaginas. And do you want to know what happened when I told the people in charge? I said, hey, he's printing out pictures of vaginas. He tells them, you don't understand. I'm working on a case. I'm working on a case of trafficking. Y'all, I'm going to tell you right now, if you are working on a case of trafficking, you will not be on a public computer where anything could be accessed.
I have no words.
He was trying to put the pictures out in color.
He was upset. Those photos were only in black and white.
He was trying to say, oh, I'm working on trafficking. I'm working on trafficking. Double A, when I tell you, I can make an entire show. I can make an entire week of shows just based on the stories alone from my first year of working there. I've been working there for almost 4 years now.
That's unbelievable. But believable at the same. Was it an older gentleman? I don't know him or anything.
No. You would know no one that comes into my job, literally.
But was it an older guy or a younger guy?
He was about our age, not a little bit older than us. Oh. Yeah, so I'm this is gonna be my PSA until we switch over. Stop looking up porn on library computers. Nothing is free at the library except for checking out books. Stop going into the library when it's natural disasters outside. So I have to stay because you want to come out in a blizzard or tornado or whatever the hell is going on outside. Stay at home.
I don't have words. I have nothing. If I have nothing, I don't know. Yeah. Good luck. I have not watched anything yet. Today's been a crazy day. But I will start tomorrow, maybe after my workout. I ate too much fast food in the last couple days, so I need to run it off. But I'm gonna sample.
Start with Vanderpump Rules. You have to start with Vanderpump Rules because that is how you understand how Ariana Madix, I told you, gets the Love Island job. Right?
Okay.
You have to start. And if you say you always judge the first 20 minutes, the first 20 minutes of episode 1 of Vanderpump Rules is some of the most riveting television you ever see.
All right. I'm gonna hold you to that.
You've worked in a restaurant, correct?
Yeah. Briefly.
Yeah, so if you've ever worked in a restaurant, it's gonna give you a little bit of PTSD, but hey, it's entertaining.
Yeah, I'll take it. I didn't last at that restaurant, but if you want to know how that restaurant is going, that restaurant's no longer with us. But it is what it is. But I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna sample. I'll watch the show. I'm gonna sample some of the other stuff. I'm actually gonna be at my mom's tomorrow working, so I'm gonna. She's sleeping. She doesn't know this, but I'm gonna scope and see what she has available for free tomorrow. I'll start watching while I'm working. But hopefully, when you're back on the air on Monday. I know we're sick of LeBron. I was just thinking right before I came on, I'm like, damn, I miss football.
I'm so sick of him. I went on a little mini. I'm so sick of him.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You know who else is sick of him? And we'll talk about this a little bit in this hour. The NBA, Adam Silver, because they can't make a television schedule.
No.
And the TV schedule for the NBA typically would be out in like 3 weeks. And they can't make a schedule. For Clevelanders who are watching, Cavs fans, you know this. Nowadays, there are like 3,000 games on Christmas Day. It used to only just be like 2. But this is the difference between, we have a little game against the Knicks on Christmas at like 12 and us facing the Lakers or Golden State on ABC at 5 o'clock, smack dab in the middle of Christmas Day. And all those other national TV games. Like the league is waiting for LeBron to make his decision.
I went on a mini rant about him because I told you, I think we talked about this a few weeks ago. LeBron is the sincere of the NBA. He's a liar. He lies all the time. He lied again today. He said, I've been telling y'all what team I'm going to on social media. You're a liar. What are you talking about?
Now, I guess my thing, now you start to get into, do you want the circus? Do you want all of that here? Because obviously the winning is one. Would you take all of this that LeBron's bringing in for a chance of winning a title?
This has happened to us twice. The circus around LeBron has happened to us twice. I was too young for the first one. The second one, I was much older. I genuinely just want him to decide where to go, and then just at this point, I don't care if it's Cleveland, I don't care if it's Golden State, I don't care where. Just go somewhere, please. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of people being like, "Oh, he's going this way." Oh, I'm sick of everybody subtly tweeting, "Oh, he's freaking me out." Go somewhere, sit down, and shut up.
Oh, man. Oh, you sound like a parent just now. Hey, Brian, you over there, sit down. So
for real, that's how it feels like how I talk to my dog sometimes, to be like, just go sit down over there. Just go sit down. And that's how he's making me feel right now. It's like, just say where you want to go. Just say it so we can get this over with, so you can get your little documentary done, so we can have the 50 million think pieces, so everybody who's on the team can be put under a microscope, so people can sign. There are certain people that haven't signed places because they're waiting on him.
James Harden is one of them. James Harden. I mean, and you
Kevin
got guys.
Love, Anthony Davis, Draymond Green, all of these people who haven't signed places are waiting on him to make his decisions. I'm sick of it. This happens every single time he's a free agent.
Yeah, the whole league is rating, and if teams are waiting because with James Harden, how much can you pay James Harden? James Harden's willing to take less if LeBron's here, but if he ain't here, you can't, not pay him. And then Draymond Green with Golden State. Not that I feel bad for Draymond, but it's the same deal. It's like, sure, I'll take a pay cut for LeBron to come here, but he needs to come here. Quick question before you go.
Mm-hmm.
You did not list MTV The Challenge. Are you not a fan of that show?
I am a fan of The Challenge. But this is the thing. I don't like what The Challenge has become. Okay? I don't like that it's become CrossFit. I liked The Challenge when half the cast was drunk and the other half was athletic.
Mm-hmm.
I missed The Challenge when it was clearly a person who shouldn't have been in the final was in the final. And everybody else clearly, there was one season, I forgot the name of the season, but do you remember Eric? His name was Big E. He was bigger.
No, I do not.
One year he got to the final with his team, right?
Mm-hmm.
His team ended up being like, I think.
Keep talking. I got to do something real quick. Keep talking.
It was vets versus rookies, and it was the final. And during the final, the rookies kept telling the vets, they were like, Big E is going to be your problem. Big E is going to be your problem. He's not in shape. He's kind of skirted by. The vets were like, whatever. Mm-hmm. We're not listening to you. They were in the middle of the final. The man had to be medically airlifted to the hospital. The veterans still ended up coming in first place and winning. But TJ was like, hey, so you actually didn't win because Big E didn't cross the finish line. The whole point is your entire team had to cross the finish line. So the rookies ended up taking their time, ended up winning by default because of the veterans. That's what I miss about the challenge. I don't like that it's become who's strongest, who's the best. No. The ridiculous nature of it is what I miss. Okay.
Yeah, because it used to be real world and road rules, correct? I think that's what it used to be. That's what I remember.
And then they combined it for the challenge, and that was the fun of it. Like, we got to see real world people who were like we had known were famous and on the show just do these ridiculous things. And it's like I love Inferno, I love the Gauntlet, I love Rivals, I love all of that, vets versus rookies. But like this new iteration where they bring in like people from Love Island or Big Brother or like all these other different reality shows, I'm like, that's not even fun. Like, just like, no, bring back my regular.
Yeah, that's it's man, they need to fix that. Well, I will give you I'm gonna sample. I'll watch Rules. I'm gonna watch it, and then I'll sample some of the other shows, and I will get back to you on Monday and let you know what I think. Again, if it passes my 20-minute rule,
it will.
I'm locked in. I'm locked in. Boom, I'm ready to go. But tomorrow, again, my show's up next. But tomorrow, we will not be on the air unless LeBron signs here in Cleveland, and then I'll pop on for a few minutes.
Like I said, I'm done. I'm done with him.
Yeah. But tomorrow, we will re-air our Love Island watch-along finale.
Yes.
And like it was so long that it almost filled up the entire 3-hour block. So we're going to air it at 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah. But like I said, season 8, they just came out with a thing today about if you have questions for Andy, this is where Andy's messiness fully is in control. AA. Like if you want to know how messy he really is, the question part of the reunion is always the messiest. Because he always picks the messiest questions.
Always. All right, Autumn, you've worked hard. I guess I gotta switch the studio real quick, but
wait. Before we go, let me play this my favorite clip. Let me play it.
That shit empty.
Is there?
I want to watch the best of Corbin go to work, now. I was like, man, they just.
Buddy. Gonna rock your buddy.
It's the story arc. It's the whole story arc. All right, Autumn, go to bed. We have an hour to go. And I got to switch the studios. So you might pop off when I switch the studios. But say goodnight to the folks.
Good night, everyone. I will see you on Monday morning. Or Monday night. I don't know. Monday. I'll see you Monday. Double X, it's been a day.
We got a new show. Programming announcement. No, I'm kidding. Autumn, good night.
Good night.
Oh, man. We and the one time, I'm just going to drop Autumn. I'm just going to drop. Boom. Bye-bye. All right. Midnight Run comes your way next. We got a ton of things to get to up next here on the Inside Edge Network. None of my stuff is where I need it to be. You just figure that out. All right. We'll be back right after this.
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one-stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
And hello, everybody. Welcome to Midnight Run here on the Inside Edge Network here on this July 17th. It is great to have you with us. And we are getting close to the weekend. Almost there. Not there just yet, but we're getting close. I will say this real quick. Everyone be safe. I had the windows open this morning. And I didn't realize the severity. Sometimes, when you hear the meteorologists and they say, oh, we got reports of this, and, you hear things about, smoke going on, wildfire smoke going on. It's like, no big deal. I woke up this morning, I smelt it because I had the windows open. You try to save on the electricity and save on your power. It's like, all right, I don't have to use the AC. The good news with the weather, at least it's cooler now. But I'm like, you smelt it. And then, I tried to have the window open for like 20 minutes and like, I couldn't go any further. Cause again, that smoke was just coming into the apartment, the studio and stuff. So the window was closed. I had to make a little bit of a run during the day too. And thank goodness I had this on standby. Again, this is not advertisement. I'm not trying to, we're not talking politics or anything, but it is so hard to breathe out there. I can't imagine. I got to check on my buddies from, that's in Chicago. I'm gonna check on them tomorrow because Chicago, Detroit, Toledo, they're getting hit hard, very hard with the wildfire smoke right now. So, obviously make sure, take care of yourselves. I mean, this is, you want to talk about like effed up circumstances, just that everyone's going through right now. You have, we've had unreal heat in the last, like, seemingly month. And now you have this air quality issue, which I believe we're under air quality alert until Saturday, like Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. And I got Mark Johnson over at WKYC3 News, and obviously he does a great job. The entire team at KYC, they do a great job. I got him talking about a report saying everyone will be impacted. Everyone will be impacted by this, by the air quality. And it's true. Once you, if the window is open, and again, I had to drive. I had to drive to our studios to record our Side Hustle podcast, which you'll see at 8 a.m. Right here on the Inside Edge Network. Got a loaded show, myself and Kyle Cornell. What do you do? Like, all right, I can't have the AC running full blast all the time. I have to save on gas. But at the same time, all right, I got to make a choice. Window down. I got this on while I'm driving. Out here looking like somebody from Freddy versus Jason out here with a mask. Like this is crazy. This is crazy. I know this happened 3 years ago, but this is different. And I all of our guys talked about it. I heard Jake Underwood. He was on with Kyle Cornell earlier today on Filter. It's like 3,000 fire. I mean, just absolutely crazy. But all kidding aside, everyone, please be safe these next few days. Look out their family and your loved ones and neighbors, things like that. And I'm the last person to be Mr. Public Service Announcement at 12:20 at night going into Friday. But this is one of those cases where I will say, if you do not have to go outside, if you don't have to do any of that, stay in. If you do got to go outside, if you have a mask, please wear the mask. If you don't own a mask, just do your best to limit the amount of time that you're outside. And obviously, construction workers can't do that. And, certain federal workers can't do that. Blue collar workers can't do that. So he's got to look out. I saw that Cedar Point, again, my old place of employment. I saw Cedar Point. After a little while, it's like, yeah, we got to close because can't go up the lift hill of the Millennium Forest and you're passing the smoke. So it's like we gotta shut this down. Like even to the point where one of their cameras is the skyline, not skyline chili, but the the Cedar Point skyline on the Midway. And even that view was foggy. It's like, oh man, this is bad. So take care of yourselves and we'll be in good shape. Remember to like and subscribe at Inside Edge Net across all of our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. Every one of our shows, whether it's unfiltered or our 3-show mega stream here at night, Inside Edge Primetime, The Daily Spyro, and Midnight Run, Voice of the Land, which was on earlier today, Illegal Formation, Side Hustle Wrestling Podcast, Real Talk with Papa Moon, The Main Event, Conversations with Eli Moon, Jersey Chasers. Every one of our shows airs live in full on YouTube and Twitter, X. So that's where you can find our live shows, YouTube and Twitter. The other platforms have our clips and our highlights. InsideEdgeNetwork.com has the personality profiles, has our merch store, our show profiles, all of that stuff. And then our Roku app, Inside Edge Network app on Roku, is a 24-hour video, 24 hours, but anytime we're live with programming, whether we're live with shows or our replays, you will see those on the Roku app. So we got all of that for you. Real quick with LeBron, I'm not going to spend more than a few seconds on LeBron James. We got a lot of stuff to get to here today. I mean, this is right. I mean, Fanatics Fest earlier today. He was on with Tyrese Halliburton. LeBron didn't say much. He did a lot of teasing. And I give LeBron, a little bit of grace here. You could tell he's enjoying this. Like, hey, I'm going to take my time. But this is where you are seeing how business is impacted by one person's personal journey. I'll give you this. Back when LeBron was here in Cleveland, there were multiple stories. I remember running the board for our Cavs playoff coverage over at WTAM, years ago, during his second run. And in the playoffs, the Cavs network, that's when Mike Snyder and Brad Sellers and Jim Jones, my guy, Marty Allen, that's my dude, Marty Allen, Kurt McGough, like the great guys. Great. Everyone's great. In the regular season, they usually have a set time for how long the post-game show goes for the network before they toss it to what we call, back to local programming. And then we would come on, with WTAM. And in the regular season, it's typically like 45 minutes, like 30 to 45 minute post-game show. In the playoffs, we're going to stay on until LeBron talks. I remember vividly Mike Snyder multiple times coming on the air and saying those exact words. We're going to stay on until LeBron talks to the media. LeBron, when he was here, and I don't know about the other cities, but I haven't heard anything different in Miami or Los Angeles. LeBron is usually one of the last ones to shower. He takes his time. And then he's one of the last ones, in fact, usually the last one to talk to the media in postgame. I bring that up because LeBron James equals a lot of good and a lot of winning and a lot of success. And he deserves all of that. LeBron don't care about your time. He doesn't care about your timeline. That's the other thing. So letting this play out, none of this surprises me. None of this. If LeBron can have you waiting for 2 hours after a playoff game to talk to the media, and he knows nobody's leaving, you can't be a beat reporter for your newspaper, for your local TV or radio station. You cannot leave a Cavs playoff game without a quote, without video from LeBron James. And he knew that. He knows that. Fast forward, and that was in his second run for sure. I can tell you that. His second run, that's exactly what happened. I'm pretty sure that happened during his first run. I didn't work in radio during his first run, but his second run, that's exactly what happened. Spin the block a little bit to today. He is enjoying this process. He doesn't care if we're in the dog days of summer, we're trying to find content, and we're just sitting here waiting. He doesn't care if Stephen A. Smith is impatient and it's like, dog, make your decision. He's not going by that time. He's going by his timeline, which I can't hate. I respect it. But he doesn't care about the timeline because multiple teams are waiting for his answer, including, of course, the Cavaliers, the Warriors, Philadelphia, Miami. And I bring that up because from a contract standpoint, from a roster construction standpoint, I believe the Cavs are still in the second apron. They're still in the second apron. The Cavaliers still got to figure out financially how to field a team. And James Harden is helping. Credit to James Harden. He's helping. But James Harden needs to know, and the Cavs need to know, all right, what is Bron going to do? Because if Bron does come here, I would imagine he's not signing here for a veteran minimum. Absolutely not. So the Cavs need to figure out how much they're willing to pay LeBron James, and James Harden needs to know how much is he going to make next season. And I would imagine in the case of James Harden, I mean, he's taking a pay cut no matter what, but in terms of what are you going to pay him will depend on how many years. It's a difference of 2 or 3, or 1 year, 2 year. I would imagine James Harden is either going to get a 2-year or a 3-year deal. So that's one thing you got to determine there. Also, what happens with Dennis Schroeder? What happens with Max Strus? I'll throw something else in there. What happens with Jared Allen or even Evan Mobley? The only sure thing that the Cavs have at this very moment right now is that Donovan Mitchell is locked in for the next 4 years. Other than that, nothing else is a sure thing. But here's the deal. It's business. You can't go to LeBron James and say, you need to make your decision right now or else we're out. LeBron and his representatives will look at the Cavaliers and say, all right, bet, we're done. That's it. Then there's Golden State. Golden State, Draymond Green. Draymond Green was set to make a lot of money. Draymond Green said, no, I want to give my employer flexibility to make a signing for LeBron James. I want to give my employer that opportunity. And then we talked about this yesterday on Midnight Run. You got Steve Kerr saying, and by the way, you might want to turn your volume up, but you got Steve Kerr on social media. They say he was joking around, but we'll see. He had this to say, courtesy Barstool Sports and the Warriors fan page. Take a look.
How you guys doing?
Good. Hey, we need to get LeBron, man.
But we need LeBron.
LeBron.
Oh, we got him.
Okay, that's good. And
put that on Twitter.
Okay, I got you.
So if you didn't hear him, Steve Kerr, so the fans said, what do you think? We got LeBron. And Steve Kerr said, we got him. And again, first off, because this is 2026, we had to check and make sure that was actually Steve Kerr and not some AI. There wasn't AI fixing that. So it was confirmed it was Steve Kerr. Then you got to check, sense of humor, sarcasm. Was he just joking? Maybe, sure. But you don't slip up and say. So, again, I hope I'm wrong. I think LeBron's going to the Golden State Warriors. But I am hoping that again, from Cleveland, Cavs fan, Cleveland sports fan, and listen, and people, I hope I'm wrong. And people are coming at me as like, well, why are you speaking doom and gloom, about this? Like, you're a Cleveland sports fan. It's because I'm a Cleveland sports fan. These are things I expect. These are things I have cried over the Browns losing stupid games. I have consumed alcohol over my teams losing in embarrassing fashion. And I'm talking Browns, Cavs, and Indians/Guardians, and Ohio State. I have been angry. I have been sad. I have been disappointed. I've seen it all. I've done it all. I'm only 34, and it feels like I've seen it all in terms of Cleveland sports in the worst way possible. So I treat it how I used to treat science class back in the day, biology. When you're expecting the worst, you just mentally prepare yourself. So that way, when it happens, okay, everything's good. It's, chemistry class. Let's just hope I get a D. And then, maybe you can sneak around and get a C. How about that? The other person so we were just talking about this, Golden State, Philadelphia, Cavaliers, Miami, maybe an outsider. They're waiting on LeBron James. Other free agents are waiting on LeBron James because they can't move without knowing what LeBron James is going to do. By the way, full transparency too, LeBron's not the only one the NBA is waiting for. Kawhi Leonard, his trade is being held up right now between the Clippers and the Toronto Raptors. Due to medical issues and other things with Kawhi. And now we're hearing talks that there's a chance his contract could be voided. So that's a whole nother discussion. We don't have time for it. Back to LeBron. The other person that's waiting for LeBron James is Adam Silver in the NBA league office. Now, why the hell would they care? Ladies and gentlemen, the NBA schedule, for the upcoming season is due to be released in about 3 to 4 weeks. They need to work on that schedule right now. They can't until LeBron makes a decision. Now, this is if you guys recalled, a year ago, Aaron Rodgers was waiting to make his decision on the Steelers, whether to come back and play football at all, but on the Steelers. The NFL schedule, I believe, came out a week later because Aaron Rodgers did not sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers until actually it got to the point where he didn't sign until after the schedule was released. There is a world where LeBron, let's just be real about it. LeBron may not make a decision. He said in Fanatics Fest earlier today that a decision is coming soon. He may continue to wait. He could push this into August. Technically, Braun doesn't have to make a choice until like training camp. But the television schedule, we saw about with the Cavs. I remember all those Christmas games I had to work. It's the difference between the Cavaliers maybe facing the Knicks or facing the Sixers or the Celtics, whoever on Christmas at 12 o'clock versus that 5 o'clock headline game against the Lakers or against the Golden State Warriors. That's the difference right there. So they got to make a choice. You know, LeBron does not respect your time, and people who have been around LeBron James knows that. LeBron moves the way that LeBron moves. And he knows that we're in, like, shut the hell up and enjoy it. As The Rock would say, shut up and enjoy the ride The Rock is taking you on. LeBron and his people are doing the same thing. Shut up and enjoy the ride LeBron James, Rich Paul, and Clutch Sports, they're taking you on right now. Very fascinating stuff. All right, coming up next. Look at these faces, right? See Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, Brock Purdy, and Jordan Love. Well, up next, what if I told you 1, 2, 3, 4. What if I told you 3 of these quarterbacks will not make the playoffs next season? Yesterday we debuted the first of our 2-part series, 7 up, 7 out. 7 new teams that will make the playoffs this upcoming year. We did that. I'll show you who those teams are when we come back. And then tonight, we're going to show you the 7 teams that made the playoffs that are going to be out of the playoffs this upcoming season. We'll talk about all that and more. And we're going to talk about the All-Star break. We're going to fix some things too. So we got a lot coming at you. Here with you until 1. This is Midnight Run. Glad you're with us. This is the one time I'll say, outside, don't actually do any running today. There's still smoke out there. Don't do any running unless you're actually in a gym. All right, we'll be back after this.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick.
With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh.
I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife, Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at monstermomentsphotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. monstermomentsphotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
And we are back here on Midnight Run here on the Inside Edge Network at Inside Edge Net. Great to have you back along. I will pull the curtain here just a second. So, we operate off of this program called StreamYard, StreamYard.com. And StreamYard does a great job. The StreamYard, I recommend if you are planning on doing a video podcast or anything of sort, StreamYard does the job. It does the job. And it's very good for people like me who are video dummies. It's easy to learn, easy to pick up, things like that. My only complaint, and this is on my end, I can't show it to you guys, but think of a board, right? And think of, you got to show your video, you got to show your, what we call an overlay. An overlay is something like this. This is an overlay, okay? Well, our overlays, our photos and things like that, is at the top of the page, and then and then the video clips, and then other stuff, and then all the way at the bottom is the music. The issue is when you're trying to play, you're trying to time out the overlay or the video with the music. You have to awkwardly look to the side and okay, let me go up the page and click this. So it looks something like this, right? I'll have that and then go down, and then I'll play the intro, but then you got to rewind, you got to boost up the volume, and then you want to fade, you got to go down a little bit. It's just craziness. It's craziness. It's they got to make sure it's fine there. But there are other sounds too that we have here. Let's see. There's some other things here. StreamYard gives you a few. There's something there. And you can move up a little bit. This was our music back in the day. This is our early days, and we didn't have anything, so we just played this. We had this, and there's other ones too. Kind of vibe a little bit. This is the feeding the ducks bed. You know what we need in our system? Oh, here it is. This is what I'm looking for. We have sound effects. Now, if the sound effects were closer to the banners that we have to play, and the banners is on another tab. So if that was closer, then I can, all right, here's our quarterback playoff list. Oh, that was a boo? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. When did this come in? Oh, that's not good. You gotta accept my apology, guys. This been a oh my goodness, they have more. Hold on. Why are we not adding some of these? Hold on, stand by. There are things that they did not put in that I am gonna add right now. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. This has been a long week, so I am gonna mess with the sounds here for just a second. Look at this. I need this to like drag out and stuff. Thank you. Don't play that. Do not play that. Not this late. Don't play that. Okay, that was a gunshot. Might have not noticed. And then last one. Oh, okay. And then they said I'm out of room there. So we're gonna take away a few of those and go from there. Okay. All right. Let's get back to it. It's been a week. We can't eat lettuce. We have bad air quality, and AI shut down my Facebook this week. It's just stuff like, boy, this has been a week. I guess technically it's Friday, but it ain't Friday yet. Okay. AA focus. All right. And my neck hurts, man. Yesterday, we started our 2-part series, 7 Up, 7 Out. Traditionally, since the NFL has expanded their playoff system from 12 teams to 14 teams, traditionally 6 or 7 teams, the playoffs have introduced 6 or 7 new playoff teams. In fact, I believe the first 2 years of the expansion, 7 new teams have made the playoffs. So for fun, we are projecting the 7 teams that have let me take a look here real quick here. We're projecting the 7 teams that did not make the playoffs last season that will make the playoffs this season. And then tonight, we're going to project the 7 teams that made the playoffs that are going to be out of the playoffs. So here's a look real quick. This was the playoff field from this past season. Okay. So you see it there. And then yesterday, I click on the banner there to make sure and not to give it away. I revealed these will be the 7 new playoff teams. Some are like, oh, duh, obvious. And then there's a couple others where you're like, oh, really? Kansas City, Cincinnati, Baltimore, the Detroit Lions, New York Giants, Minnesota Vikings, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Those 7 teams did not make the playoffs last year. My prediction, they will make the playoffs this year. Some of those are obvious. Obviously, it's all due with health, but it's going to be the return of Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. I think Lamar Jackson, who was heavily disrespected, and NFL Top 100 ranked him as the 69th best player in football. I think Lamar Jackson may have a resurgent season. Detroit, in a competitive NFC North, is going to have the easiest schedule. So I got Detroit getting in. I think the Giants, Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors, and Cam Scatterboo, I think they're going to make noise. Tampa Bay with Baker Mayfield being in his contract year. Baker's going to really try to show out and impress. I got Tampa, and then Minnesota is going to sneak on in and take that 7th spot. Now, you may say, wait a minute. Minnesota, or as Joe Biden would say, Minnesota. Who's not going to make it? Here's my list. Here are the 7 teams that made the playoffs this past season that I am predicting will not make the playoffs in the upcoming 2027 NFL football season. Pittsburgh Steelers, Houston Texans, Los Angeles Chargers, the Chicago Bears, Philadelphia Eagles, Carolina Panthers, and the Green Bay Packers. Let's start with the AFC teams. Let's start with Pittsburgh. I think that AFC North is going to be a dogfight. It always is, but it's going to be a dogfight. I think with the emergence of Cincinnati, Joe Burrow's healthy. They did improve their offensive line finally, improve defense. And in Baltimore, under a new system, I think it's going to revitalize Lamar Jackson. Aaron Rodgers, is this the year where his body, where it catches up, where the speed of the game might pass him by just a little bit? And I don't think the Steelers have enough firepower to fully contend with a healthy Bengals or Ravens team. I will also lump in that the Cleveland Browns, I think in the second half of the season, when Shedeur Sanders takes over the starting position, I think the Cleveland Browns are going to steal some W's and make noise. And I think the combination of those factors, I don't think Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy are going to recreate the magic that they had while I was in college in BG, back when they were at the Packers. I don't think they're going to recreate that magic. So I got the Steelers out. Houston is a dark horse. I think CJ Stroud, I think he's getting figured out. He's been figured out. Again, I hope I'm wrong because I root for, my Ohio State quarterbacks. I want CJ Stroud. I want even Justin Fields to do well. But I think there's a little bit too much uncertainty. I personally hope I'm wrong because in my Dynasty Fantasy League, I have Tank Dell like he was reserved. It's a Dynasty League. So I hope Tank Dell can come back and make a run, but how will his quickness be impacted coming off of a torn ACL? Like, that's huge. What's going on with that? So, and I think that AFC South is going to be tough. Jacksonville is not on either of these lists. I have Jacksonville going back to the playoffs. I think Jacksonville will make another leap. I know nobody likes to talk about Jacksonville. They're not sexy. They're not fun to talk about, but I think they'll make a leap. I think Tennessee's going to get better. And Indy is going to be one of those teams. I don't have Indy going to the playoffs, but Indy could be a special case. Like, they're going to win some games. So I think that will come. All of those factors will come at the expense of the Houston Texans. The Los Angeles Chargers. The emergence of Kansas City. I know people are predicting the fall off of Bo Nix and Sean Payton. That's not happening. Barring injury, that's not happening. Sean Payton has this guy, or, we think he has this guy, but he has his offense, and Denver's going to be operating. They're going to be in good shape. I think that will come at the expense of a Chargers team. I mean, we're talking about pressure with Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. When is Justin Herbert going to take that next step? When is that going to happen? I don't know if we're going to see it. We're going to see him take that next step. Backfield's in question, and of course, new coordinators as well with the Chargers. I just think with Kansas City getting back into the fold, with Denver sticking around, they're going to be competing, and I think a tougher AFC wildcard playoff picture, I think that will knock out the Chargers. Now, on the NFC side, there's more toss-up. That's why I have 4 new teams from the NFC. Chicago. This is the one that could bite me in the face. Or bite me in the behind. This is the one. While I liked what I saw from Caleb Williams, I liked the comebacks. I did not like how they started games. I think if the game planning's not better, Chicago's going to stumble out of the gates. Chicago also, statistically at this moment, has the toughest schedule in the NFL, the toughest. Again, that could change as the season plays out, but that NFC North is tough. And again, Chicago, they're operating off of a first-place schedule. So they have the tough teams that they're going to have to face, and everyone's going to come at their absolute best against Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. I also think, too, and listen, I know he did not have as much of an impact as fans wanted him to have. I think Chicago losing DJ Moore is actually going to hurt them a little bit. They're losing a weapon. And again, I know DJ Moore was not the DJ Moore from Carolina. Buffalo is going to – that's what they're hoping they're getting. But just having somebody out on the field defensively, I don't know if the receiving core for Chicago I'm not saying they're trash. They're not. But is that core strong enough to contend? I don't know. That's something we'll have to see. I love the backfield, but we'll have to see with Chicago what's happening. But I hate how they started games and their schedule. They're playing the first place schedule. I don't think Chicago. I think because I got Detroit going in and I have Minnesota going in, I think that's going to knock out Chicago. Let me skip ahead to the other NFC North team that I have knocked out. That's the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay, over the last couple of years, there have been 3 guarantees. That's death, taxes, and the Green Bay Packers securing the 7th seed. I think that streak ends. I think Green Bay has suffered so many injury issues. I know they have overcome those issues, but I sense regression from the Green Bay Packers. And if they don't have consistency, that's where the regression comes in with the Packers. So I got Chicago and Green Bay both out. Philadelphia. At some point, the clock will strike midnight on the Eagles, a team that has been on a free fall ever since they won the Super Bowl. Now, thankfully, they've won the Super Bowl, but I think losing A.J. Brown, I know probably for the best to get him. Maybe. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors every single night. Maybe he was a good guy in the locker room. We don't know. And A.J. Brown's going to deal with his own problems over in New England, perhaps. But Philadelphia can't run the ball, man. They can't run the ball, and their offensive line is old and tired. And I'm sure, they may draft moves, but Saquon Barkley, like that backfield, man. And again, I think at some point the clock is going to strike midnight. Who is Jalen Hurts going to throw the ball to? Can Jalen Hurts create plays without a top-flight receiver? I don't know. I don't see it. I think this is going to be the moment where Philadelphia, and let's be clear about this too. This is very much a wide open NFC East. Wide open. Where you could make a case for any of the 4 teams to come out on top of the NFC East. I just don't think Philadelphia is going to be that team that comes out on top. Actually, from my understanding, I only have, I believe, 1 team from the NFC East qualifying for the playoffs, and it might be the New York Giants. Carolina Panthers, they're going to have a first-place schedule. NFC South has always been a revolving door. Matter of fact, I'm going to type this in right now. When was the last time the NFC South had a repeat champion? A repeat winner? And you got to go back Tampa Bay, 2021, 2024. But that NFC South is really a revolving door. Kevin Stefanski will be fine in year one. Years 2, 3, and 4 is when Atlanta will fall apart. But I don't even have Atlanta qualifying for the playoffs, but they will compete. But I think Philadelphia or Carolina, I got them out. So Pittsburgh, Houston, LA Chargers, Chicago, Philadelphia, Green Bay, and Carolina. Bryce Young, in particular with Carolina, will he make the leap? Will he make the jump? They do have a young core of receivers that held their own and improved with Bryce Young, but NFC South could be a toss-up. Even the Saints could possibly make a run. They made a run late. And remember, Carolina, remember the last game of the season, of the regular season? Look, Carolina lost that game, and they needed Atlanta to – or how did it go? They needed Atlanta, who was not in contention, to beat Tampa. It was weird. It's just weird. Weird. So there it is. 7 up, 7 out. Teams, new teams in, old teams out. We have that going on. So a lot of good stuff on that front. Well, we're out of time. I promised we were going to talk about the All-Star break and the adjustments that need to be made. Real quick, what's next for men's U.S. soccer? They got to get better in exposure, but it's going to depend solely on how committed the youth programs are to make it more accessible, or are they going to continue to gatekeep? Will Major League Soccer make their product accessible, or will they continue to keep it behind the paywall with Apple TV? A lot of questions to be decided with men's USA Soccer. We'll talk more about that on Monday, because the World Cup final will take place on Sunday. I want to get into next week. I'm sure if the players had it their way, they would look at every single stadium that hosted World Cup games. Philadelphia, Dallas, the Bay Area, Seattle, Kansas City, MetLife. They would look at each of them and say, leave the grass the way it is. We don't want to go back to turf. I think a lot of people, either natural grass or grassy turf, whatever. Why are we going back to turf? So we're going to get into that next week. Also next week, some of y'all have been asking, whoa, what happened with Midnight Conversations? We haven't done Midnight Conversations in the last almost a month. We haven't done Midnight Conversations. We're going to bring back Midnight Conversations. There might be a few different cast of characters involved in Midnight Conversations, but we will bring it back next week. Full transparency, you've been watching us here on the Inside Edge Network. It's mid-July. We are in a little bit of vacation season, but next week we'll be back at full strength next week, so we'll be off and running. But yeah, we're getting vacations and this stuff, so you're gonna see our normal schedule back next week. You might see a new face here, a new face there. We're bringing in interns and stuff, so we're doing a lot of stuff. Real quick, guys, thank you guys for your love and support. Everything. It has meant a lot to me. Nothing bad has really happened, but have God on your side, right? Reach out to the Lord and all that, and all of that. I promise it works. It works itself out. and things will be fine and such. So thank you guys for your love and support. A lot of craziness has been happening. You know, if you're watching us right now, you may be feeling this way. You may be feeling, man, you know, I'm trying to break through. I'm trying to break through. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. But it feels like there's heavy resistance right now. Like it's heaviness right now. Have a good support system around you, family, friends, loved ones. Maybe you have that one in your circle who will tell you no, like, hey, chill out, to have that balance, and that's okay. But have that support system around you in case the world goes crazy on you or you go crazy at the world. You have people around you that can ground you, and you'll be in good shape. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for supporting the Inside Edge Network. Again, we are completely grassroots. It's hard to believe, but coming September 5th, it will be 1 year since the Inside Edge Network has been on the air. Our very first broadcast, myself, Chad Bryan, and TK Dandridge, we opened the network. But, man, less than 2 months away, September 5th. But we got a lot to accomplish even to that point. We got a big event coming up a week from Saturday that we'll get you more details on. All that coming up as such. We got big programs. We got a Love Island reunion special watch-along coming up Monday, August 31st. We got all of that coming up. Also, tomorrow, we're going to replay our Love Island USA finale watch-along. We'll have that for you coming up tomorrow. So thank you guys again for tuning in. I'm going to get some rest before I finish off my workday and get to the weekend. You guys enjoy the World Cup. Enjoy the Open Championship, the fourth and final major in golf. Enjoy that. Guardians are back in action in town against the Pittsburgh Pirates. You got that going on. Check out KeonSports.com. They have high school football previews up and ready to go and scheduled, so check them out and so much more. I know this week's been tough, but we're going to finally get back into the swing of things, and we're going to get moving because things never stop. And you guys should never stop as well. You guys take care of yourselves. Enjoy. Unfiltered comes your way 5 o'clock with Kyle Cornell. He has a new episode. Also, wake up tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. The brand new episode of the Side Hustle Wrestling Podcast will come your way. All right. That's enough of a close for me. Have a good night. I will see you on the Side Hustle Podcast tomorrow or later today. And then I'll be back with you for main event on Sunday night and back here on Midnight Run on Monday right here. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.